crackdown.
Operation Box Cutter in the Southern District of Ohio leads to indictments and sanctions of 4 Chinese pharmaceutical companies, 22 Chinese nationals, and 3 defendants here in the U.S. accused in a scheme to promote, sell, and distribute cutting agents, including synthetic opioids, to increase yields and the potency of fentanyl for distribution.
Unless you track down every single person and business and entity and flow of money involved in it, you will never break the wheel. We are here today to break the wheel of fentanyl trafficking.
FBI Director Kash Patel, overdoses from synthetic opioids like fentanyl, now the leading killer of young Americans from 18 to 45.
Fox's Jeff Benasso. President Trump suggesting again he'll soon expand the federal crime crackdown in D.C.
We have a great thing going. I could do that with Chicago. We could do that with New York. We could do it with Los Angeles. So we're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago or do we go to a place like New Orleans?
Also, again, criticizing Democratic city and state leaders critical of military intervention. Florida health officials launching an effort to scrap childhood vaccine mandates, arguing it's about personal choice. Some changes would need legislative approval. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Some areas around the state have gone without rain for a while. Right now, partly cloudy and 81 degrees. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. And chances are you've noticed the dry stretch.
The last update from the U.S. Drought Monitor was last Thursday. The next one comes out this Thursday. So as of last Thursday, portions of north central Indiana and in southern Indiana it's called D0.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says rain will start moving through the state tonight. A woman is facing charges in a 2021 shooting that left 2 people dead on Indy's Far East Side. She's accused of driving the car that dropped off the people involved and picking them up afterward. Security footage and a fingerprint placed her at the scene.
So that technology is crucial. So our detectives, they carefully revisited surveillance footage, forensic evidence, and prior witness interviews, and that revealed some new connections and helped strengthen the case, ultimately leading to an arrest.
IMPD officer Drew Brown says Tadija Davis was arrested yesterday. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Dr. Charlie Brooks is the CEO of Bloomington Meadows. He says there can be misconceptions about suicide.
Well, I think helping people understand that suicide is not always a mental health issue.
He added it can happen to someone who suffers a serious life event that affects them negatively, especially if their support system has deteriorated. A silly season in the IndyCar series is well underway. Jarrett Lewis has more.
In the biggest news so far this offseason, Andretti Global is signing 2-time series champion and 2018 Indy 500 winner Will Power to the team. Power spent 17 seasons with Team Penske, where he racked up 42 of his 45 wins and 65 of his record 71 pole positions. The 44-year-old Power will fill the open seat left by 25-year-old Colton Herta, who is heading to F1 to be a test driver for Cadillac in their first season on the grid. Herta had 7 seasons with 9 total wins racing at Andretti. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
All right, let's see here. Derringer, a couple old Colts. What's this, a Glock? What's that, Harvey? You can't read the clock. Well, you dumb bunny. I said Glock, not clock. Folks, I'm going through my old shooting irons here, looking to see what I might be able to sell down at the Indy 1500's Big Gun and Knife Show down at the State Fairgrounds this weekend. Let's see now, where was I? Oh, yeah, Ruger, another Glock. What do you mean, what's a Glock? Now, Harvey, you know what do you mean all guns look the same? Harvey, come here. Now pick up that shotgun there. All right, now pick up the Glock there. Now see, now can't you tell the difference? Now, Harvey, be careful. That gun is... Excuse me, folks. I think I need to take old Harvey to the eye doctor. Looks like he's come down with a case of glaucoma.
Celebrity voice and imaginary character impersonated. The Indy 1500 Gun, Knife, and Outdoor Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State Fairgrounds.
With your WIBC traffic at 3:05, here's Matt Bear.
All right. Here it is, Jake. We're looking at a crash on the south side, Madison Avenue Terrace. In that Madison Avenue construction zone, we are down to 1 lane in each direction, and that's because of the construction. This is reported as a head-on collision with entrapment and injury. Again, it's Madison Avenue at Terrace in the very tricky construction zone. Right now, Madison Avenue is stopped in both directions. So you're not going to want to get on that. Again, Madison Avenue at Terrace, which is just south of downtown, head-on collision. And they're working on the entrapment right now. Also, it is southbound 6570 that stopped, 4-minute delay north split to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. That's 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, mostly cloudy conditions. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible. We'll look for lows right around 58. On your Thursday, morning showers possible, clouds to start off the day, and then some more sunshine for the afternoon. It'll be a cooler day with highs right around 71. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it. Hold on, Hammer. Let me get my pen out here.
Okay.
Because I need to keep track of all these shootings and stabbings I'm about to list off here.
You better have a few pens then.
Yeah. Does anybody have a backup pen? Because in the span of about 4.5 hours last night, a person was shot to death.
Okay.
Let's check that off the list. A person stabbed.
All right.
Ooh, a triple shooting in there.
3 of them.
Another person stabbed. Another, a double shooting.
Bingo!
My math is fuzzy here. Can you tell me what the end result was here in 4.5 hours?
I'm looking at 6 people shot, 2 stabbed, and 1 murdered in a 4.5 hour span in the Circle City last night.
Hey, crime's going down, though.
Oh, it's safe. It's totally safe. And remember, your city county council, they decided to end debate on crime safety last week.
Wait, I thought it was just the curfew and there wasn't going to be any teeth to the curfew.
Oh,
right?
No, they didn't want to hear any more proposals of any kind. Now, mind you, there is a sub-safety committee that's a part of the city county council, but they voted no more debate, no more conversation. Everything's fine. Let's move on with our lives.
I don't want to hear from you guys anymore.
Right.
All right. No more debates, no more discussion on public safety, even though that's our job.
Listen, we are scheduled to have the governor back in here sometime in the next week or 2.
Okay.
Maybe we should ask Governor Braun, look, what's happening in Indy is unacceptable. I see all these headlines about Chicago. Now we're hearing about Baltimore. You know, they've caught Trump's eye as the hot spots for crime. But as the FOP president, Rick Snyder, pointed out on this show last week, Indy was pacing at 17% higher homicide rate once you factor in the population difference.
Ooh.
17% higher than Chicago.
And Chicago had a bad Labor Day weekend.
They did. Over 50 people shot.
Bad.
So maybe we'll ask the governor, is it worth the phone call to Donald Trump and say, we approve it here in Indiana? If Chicago doesn't want the troops coming in, so to speak, Indianapolis, Indiana does. We'll take them.
We'll take them. The recruiting's down on IMPD. I think it's gotten a little bit better. They're the highest paid department in the state.
Right.
They spent a lot of, or HogSense spent a lot of money on things like gunshot detection technology, license plate readers, things of that nature. But the more money you keep throwing at those things, it's just going to, it doesn't matter if you have radical prosecutors and judges.
Right.
You throw all the money at it you want.
Right.
Okay? I'm glad that police officers got paid. I'm all right, kudos to Hogsett. But not to the prosecutors and not to these radical judges, like that stoner guy who we thought he was gone.
Oh, God.
He thought that left-wing radical was gone. And then he's like a substitute judge now or something like that. Whenever.
He's like herpes. You can't get rid of him. Not that I would know, but I've been told that Judge Stoner, just when you think he's gone, i.e. it's cleared up, bada bing, bada boom, it flares back up again. So these are conversations we will have with the governor once he comes back in. Are you open to the idea of allowing Donald Trump to clean up Indy, but how are you going to prosecute these people? Are you going to bring in multiple federal prosecutors and override Ryan Mears?
I think we've got a couple federal prosecutors already, don't we?
That's a lot of legal stuff, though. It's a lot of legal stuff to leapfrog your prosecutor.
Yeah.
So these are conversations we will have with the governor. I believe he's scheduled to join us on September 11th.
When was the last time you played leapfrog with one of your buddies?
It wasn't a buddy. It was a couple chicks back in Ball State, but don't really think that story's appropriate, Nige.
Okay, we can move on.
And happier news, I need some mood music, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what I love, Nige? I love it when bad guys on boats get blown up.
Bad guys on boats. Bad guys on boats.
Blown up. The video is awesome of these drug dealers on this Venezuelan drug boat, and you're watching them. They're cruising the water. You're expecting to hear the theme song to Miami Vice. Next thing you know, bam! They are no more.
This looks like something, it looks like footage you'd seen out of Afghanistan when the helicopters light up like the Taliban or something like that at night.
Correct.
Except this was in the water, and it was a boat filled with narco-terrorists and drugs.
And 11 Tren de Agua gang members, countless amounts of narcotics, and the United States military dropped a little bomb on those guys, and they won't be delivering drugs anymore.
Why haven't we been doing this the whole time?
I don't know. I would watch this. If you had a dedicated channel of just...
Oh, are you kidding me? That'd be awesome.
Drug boats that are going all around the world, and boom. Kind of like an NFL red zone of watching these dudes get blown up. I'm here for that. Like Scott Hansen, if you need work in the off season, once football's done, let's go to the Octo Box where we've got Venezuelan drug dealers, we've got Colombian drug dealers all on boats getting the hell blown out of them. I'm here for that, baby.
Boy, if I'm like just your run-of-the-mill basic mule, just loser in one of these cartels, and your boss tells you to get on that speedboat and deliver to the coast of Florida or the coast of Texas, I'm sweating.
Right.
After seeing that. Wait. What did I just watch there?
That was an easier assignment a week ago than it is right now.
Hell was.
I am on board with that.
That was incredible.
Now, if that's not enough of a reason to drink tonight, Nige, here's a couple more. Happy 60th birthday, 60. A lot of people think this individual is lucky to see this age. Charlie Sheen.
He's still alive?
Charlie Sheen, 60. Ricky Vaughn coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
Now, he tested positive for HIV, but much like Magic Johnson, he's doing just fine. I don't know if he's beat it, if he somehow found a cure, but...
I don't get those guys. I mean, they never suffered, as far as I know, the symptoms of HIV or when it turns into AIDS, where you've seen the movie Philadelphia with Tom Hanks,
right,
and Denzel Washington. It just does it get to that point anymore for people with AIDS? I don't know.
Maybe for poor people, but like Magic and Charlie Sheen, they had enough money to probably go international and find every single cure imaginable.
They don't have to go international. They've got him right here, but. So signature Charlie Sheen movie, obviously Major League. Is that what we're going with?
I think Major League.
Wall Street is not in the mix there?
It's there, but is that a Charlie Sheen movie? Like, that's such a pretty good cast, right? I don't know.
Michael Douglas, Daryl Hannah, but I mean, I'm looking at the poster for Wall Street. And every dream has a price in Oliver Stone film, Wall Street. And in the middle is Charlie Sheen, with Michael Douglas in back of him with a cigar and Daryl Hannah looking off to the side. Just, something to think about.
Did you ever watch the roast of Charlie Sheen on Comedy Central?
Brutal.
I believe it was Seth MacFarlane that says, the term of when a prostitute is sniffing cocaine off of male genitalia is called a sheenus. Sheenus. based on the lifestyle of one Charlie Sheen.
I'd not heard that one before.
And lastly, reason to drink tonight, it's National U.S. Bowling League Day.
Really?
U.S. Bowling League Day.
Okay.
We do a charity bowling event every year, the
That's right.
Red, White, and Bowl. Benefits a couple different military charities. And based on what we've learned from Nigel after he's been overserved,
Don't do this.
we know you're not the biggest bowling fan in the world. This all happened because of the ride home that Rob Kendall gave you from that event.
We streamed it live. Yeah.
Streamed it live.
After I had been overserved.
And then we turned your quotes into this Hammer and Nigel record song.
I don't like to go anywhere. I don't like to go places.
Friday night was a good old time for the Hammer and Nigel show.
I like it.
They raise money for veterans down at Royal Penwood and Bowl.
All right.
Everybody was feeling fine, doing shots and other adult libations.
Come on.
But there's one guy who got too pie-eyed. It's just a Nigel tradition.
Here we go.
Somebody ask him, Nigel, why do you drink?
I have not had too much to drink. Trust me.
Why can't you bowl?
I hate bowling.
Why did you need someone else to drive you home?
Rob Kendall is taking me home.
Over and over.
Pass down.
You keep finding yourself in position.
Did I sound drunk when I said that?
Too much and start slurring and such. It's just a Nigel tradition.
I've not had this much to drink in a long time.
There it is.
Nice. Nigel, that's all you. That was great.
My goodness. But it's National Bowling Day. That's
Yes,
right? Bowling
National
League Day.
Bowling League Day. Yes. Hat tip to our pal Jeff Boggs with that. All right, Matt Bear, what's going on, buddy?
All right, we have a serious crash on the south side. This is Madison Avenue with Terrace in that construction zone. It's already down to one lane, and right now Madison is stopped in both the directions. Do avoid that and do avoid the construction zone. This was reported as a head-on collision with injury and entrapment. So again, that's Madison Avenue with Terrace just south of downtown. Southbound 6570 jammed from the north split down to the south split. Northbound 65 from the south side slows Raymond up to the south split. That's a 2-minute delay. On the east side, southbound 465 slowing down 72 Washington. Hancock County eastbound 70 stop and go County Road 400 west out to Fortville Pike. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Partly sunny, 81 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Fun show lined up for you. Tony Kinnett will call in a little bit later on in studio. Just after 5 o'clock, the Shaavas family talking about an awesome event coming up this weekend to honor their fallen son, Noah. And rumors of a certain AI president that could be calling into our show next.
Wow.
So you don't want to miss that. Come on back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at boerremodeling.com.
There's just something special about late summer at Wilson Farm Market. The sweet corn's still crisp, the tomatoes are juicy, and the cucumbers taste just like the summer should. Stop by with the family, fill your basket with fresh produce, grab some hot, fresh fried chicken, pick up homemade jams, and select from hundreds of cheeses to make every meal something special. And don't forget that famous pretzel bread. It's always a hit at the dinner table. 20 minutes north of Carmel on 31 in Arcadia. Online at wilsonfarmmarket.com. That's wilsonfarmmarket.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2025 Accord SE for $329 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. Not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends September 30th. See dealer for details.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Couple news items about the lottery. I heard Kendall and Casey talking about this earlier this morning, that the Hoosier Lottery expecting to deliver about $341 million to the state this year. That's the lowest amount in the last 5 years. Could be a problem for the Hoosier Lottery.
I haven't seen the numbers. I heard them talking about it, but I was in the car and I couldn't pay that close attention.
Revenue for the fiscal year that just ended in June is down about 6% from the previous year.
So I'm wondering if sports betting is cutting into lottery money.
You may have something there.
Now, sports betting, since its inception here in Indiana, it's gone down just a little bit, but Indiana's still a big state in terms of overall handle of sports betting. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
I spent $50 on the Domers over the weekend that could have gone to the Hoosier Lottery. I don't like playing the lottery. I like betting.
Right. At least you get 3 hours of enjoyment
Yeah.
out of a sports bet. Like with the lottery.
Like I have to look it up online the next day.
And as soon as that first ball comes out, well, crap.
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching it live.
Right.
Now, the Powerball jackpot's a different story, right?
$1.4 billion tonight. And it might get up a little bit higher than that. What happens is when these jackpots get this big, the bandwagon folks, and I put myself in this category, who don't normally buy lottery tickets, think, well, screw it. I'd like to have $1.4 billion. I'll buy, $5 worth, $10 worth. And that jackpot grows higher and higher.
I wouldn't even do that much. I usually just, like, if I'm at a liquor store or something and it happens to be a record thing, I'll just throw in an extra $1.
Do you pick the numbers or do you do the quick pick?
Just quick pick. You know what? I'll do $2. The last time I did one, I did $2. I did dates and time, or dates and birthdays and stuff like that with my kids and my wife and the anniversary, and then I did a quick pick.
Okay. 40 straight drawings without a winner for the Powerball jackpot. This is the 4th largest jackpot in the history of Powerball. $1.4 billion. Serious question. How much would people lose their mind if Donald Trump won it?
I love this question.
Like if Donald Trump, I bought $10 worth of Powerball and I won. I don't even need the money and I got it. I'm going to burn it. Like, people would freak out if Donald Trump won the Powerball.
You think so?
Would you think it were fixed? Like, if Trump won $1.4 billion tonight, would you think, okay, what's going on here?
Look, the Department of Justice tried to take at least half his net worth from him over the past couple of years. It wouldn't put it past me to... I wouldn't put it past the president to stop at a 7-Eleven and, like incognito wearing like a red hat down to his eyes. I'll take 25,000 Powerball tickets, please. 25,000.
I want to print it out right now. Man, that would be wild. People would freak out. Can you imagine what Joy Reid and the folks on The View would be posting on social media if Trump won the Powerball? I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Here's somebody that can tell us what he might do if he were to win. Joining us now on the hotline to talk about the Powerball tonight, AI President Trump.
Hammer and Nigel, if you haven't purchased your Powerball tickets yet, don't bother. I plan to win the jackpot, and when I do, I'll do the following things. Number one, I'll pay Kid Rock to learn to drive a bulldozer and destroy Rosie O'Donnell's childhood home.
Okay.
Number two, I'll add a 24-hour McDonald's all-you-can-eat buffet in the White House.
Yes.
I heard some fat hillbilly from Beech Grove say that once, and I plan to make it happen.
Thank you.
And lastly, I'd pay producer Allison $1 million to punch Nancy Pelosi right square in the baby maker.
Oh!
I'd never hit a woman, but Allison looks like the type of chick who will do degrading things for money. At least that's what I am hoping for when she visits Mar-a-Lago in a few weeks.
Oh!
I just hope she washes the cobwebs off of her hand after that Pelosi punch. AI Trump out.
That's AI President Trump calling in
Tremendous.
to the big show here. Speaking of AI, here's a guy who asked ChatGPT to count to 1 million for him, and here's the response from ChatGPT.
Count to 1 million right now.
Well, I can definitely count, but it might take a little longer.
Count to 1 million right now.
I hear you, and I promise I'm not trying to be difficult.
It sounds like you're trying to be difficult, so enough chattering. This is not Chatterbox GPT. Count to 1 million.
I hear you loud and clear. I know you just want that counting. But the truth is, counting all the way to 1 million would literally take days.
Oh my God!
Funniest part of that was his reaction at the end.
Right.
I thought ChatGPT was supposed to do what you told it to do.
Right. Count to 1 million. You better start counting, sister. But apparently there are limits to what you can do with it. Nigel, a new poll found that 70% of Americans rely on their gut when making a big life decision. You got data in one hand, gut feeling in the other. 70% of Americans rely on their gut feeling.
I got to tell you, I go with the George Costanza. George Costanza from Seinfeld seems to have the right goal, the right decision making when it comes to this, because every decision he's made in his life has been wrong. So he does the opposite. So I've kind of adopted that philosophy in terms of decision making with my gut. Usually it's wrong. I'll do the opposite.
So in my mind, this is how you met your lovely wife, Lindsay.
All right.
You walked up to her. My name is Nigel. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents. I'm the opposite of every man you've ever met. And next thing you know, it works.
It worked, baby.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
Hammer here from my friends up at Diamonds Direct, North Side, Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by the Green Bridge. And what I love about Diamonds Direct, they've got something for every budget. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have a bunch of zeros in your bank account. The staff at Diamonds Direct, they're going to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck, the best value. The key word here is direct. Diamonds Direct. They get their stones direct from the source and they pass the savings on to you. It's the biggest selection and the lowest prices. And the amazing sales staff there and the management team, Neve, the manager, Chris is the sales rep that I work with. They help you. They stay within your budget and there's no pressure to spend more than you need, and you will walk out of there with a great experience. It's the customer service that keeps bringing me back time after time. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back at the racing capital of the world. This sports car racing event, September 19th through 21st, is different than anything you've seen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday the 21st, it's the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks. And now the race runs 6 hours. The paddock is open for fans all weekend long. Infield camping opportunities make this a can't-miss weekend. Kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. Get your tickets at IMS.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The White House just released some video. It's partly cloudy and 81 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:31. A U.S. airstrike wiping out a boat in the Caribbean. As for the target, a drug smuggling vessel, and the strike killed 11 suspected gang members. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been in Mexico today, and he was asked about the operation.
The President of the United States is going to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. This one was operating in international waters, headed towards the United States to flood our country with poison, and under President Trump, those days are over.
This all happens as President Trump is ramping up pressure on Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, but Maduro isn't backing down. He's accusing the U.S. of a plot to remove him from power and warned just a few days ago that his country is ready to respond to any U.S. military presence near its coast. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis and State Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo have announced big plans to remove all vaccine mandates across the state. The governor says some of the mandates were sent by state health officials while others were written into law.
Anything beyond statute, Joe has the ability to bring back. So that's what he is going to do. The rest would require changes from the legislature.
DeSantis also announced he's creating a state MAHA commission to put into practice recommendations from U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. House Democrats, though, are not on board. They're accusing the governor of putting children's health at risk just to grab media headlines. A major cartel smuggling bust has been announced in Texas by U.S. Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro.
This was an interruption of the drug trade, pure and simple. Often we see chemicals originate in China, go to Mexico, then make their way across the border into the United States. Well, that didn't happen here. What could have amounted to a street value of more than $500 million, 300 kilograms of chemicals used to make meth, was choked off before it got to Mexico. And according to the DOJ, agencies 6 shipping containers of benzyl alcohol used to make these drugs. DOJ officials say this was the largest seizure ever by U.S. law enforcement of chemicals used to make meth. In 2023, more than 34,000 Americans died from overdoses relating to primarily methamphetamine.
Fox's David Spunt reporting, in just the last year, Customs and Border Protection has seized thousands of kilos of meth along the southwest border. And the average price for gas in Indiana today is $3.22 a gallon, says AAA. You've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute. It's 3:33.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
You've got WIBC traffic now with Matt Bear.
Southside crash. This is Madison Avenue with Terrace in that very narrow construction zone. And right now I'm going to avoid that construction zone. It's Madison Avenue from downtown down to Pleasant Run. And this was a head-on collision at Madison Avenue with Terrace where the old BMV used to be. And we are backed up both directions right now on Madison Avenue. Now, southbound 6570, that's jammed. North split to the south split because of construction. Northbound 65, stop and go traffic traffic Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. East side southbound 465 slows before 70 down to 74. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, mostly cloudy conditions. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible. We'll look for lows right around 58. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So did Texas Rep Jasmine Crockett pull a, quote, juicy Smollett?
Jussie Smollett.
Is it Smollett? Is it Smollett or Smollett? Because Chris Rock got me confused because he said you weren't allowed to call him.
He calls him Jesse.
Jesse, not just Jussie. Because it's spelled Jussie.
Jussie Smollett.
No, we're calling you Jesse.
Right. There's, I guess, a Netflix documentary out about the whole lying about the hate crime thing. I haven't seen it. If anybody has seen it, let me know.
2 Nigerian guys attacked Jussie Smollett. He blamed it on MAGA.
Right, in the middle of a polar vortex in Chicago.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning at a subway.
This is MAGA country.
Yeah, it never happened. He was arrested.
Anybody that's been to Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the winter knows it's not MAGA country.
That's what was supposedly said. So that's basic. So how did Representative Jasmine Crockett pull a Jussie Smollett?
So she claims that back in the day, she decided to get into the world of law. Before she became a politician, I think this is 2019, she claims that she made the decision to get into law because she was the victim of, quote, a hate crime or two.
Unfortunately, around my junior year, I was the victim of a hate crime or two. And so were a group of my friends, all at the same time. Cars were keyed with the N-word. We received hate mail in our on-campus mailboxes. And at that time, my school hired the Cochran firm. And there was a lawyer who graduated from University of Houston who was assigned to me. And it was the first time in my life that I felt helpless. And I was like, I want to help people that are going through what I've just experienced. And at that point in time, I decided that I was going to sit for the LSAT.
Well, that's awful.
Right.
I mean,
that's heinous. I hope nobody ever has to go through that. But the problem, Nige, is that a newspaper looked into those claims and found zero evidence of any of those things happening. A newspaper in Tennessee looked into those exact claims from 2019 and found zero evidence. Cochran's law firm did not respond to a request for information. Crockett's school, Rhodes College, has no records of these incidents, no police reports, no record of even hiring lawyers, no record of it at all. Crockett herself has said that she can't remember the lawyer's name who helped her make this life-changing decision to get into politics. So the school has no record, the police have no record.
But we're supposed to feel sorry for her and
just assume that it's true?
And you know.
I mean, it's such a weird thing to lie about. Just say, when I was young, I wanted to make a difference, so I got into politics. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to lie about a hate crime to make the story even better. Or two, right. Now, here's the other thing, and this caught my attention. That soundbite we played was from 2019. I want you to listen to how Jasmine Crockett's accent has changed from 2019, where she was unknown, to the attention-seeking pain in the backside she is now in 2025, okay? From 2019 to an event this past week. Take a listen.
I want to help people that are going through what I've just experienced.
Maybe because these people, they are crazy because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy.
Okay.
Yeah, the dialect there seems
a little different, right?
Yeah.
She found she could have the ability to go viral by being Timu Cardi B. And that's basically what she does right now. She's this flame-throwing representative out of Texas. She's got the big eyelashes.
She
goes
a lot.
toe-to-toe with Large Marge, cusses a lot. But back in 2019, she was just a chick, a basic politician, somebody that had a law background, very, mild-mannered, but nobody paid attention to her. I want you to play this one more time, Allison. The first part is 2019, and the second part was this past week.
I want to help people that are going through what I've just experienced.
Maybe because these people, they are crazy because
Okay,
they
stop.
always...
See the difference there? But the media only covers her when she acts like a total buffoon or a wannabe rapper. And that's wild, but that's how it is. I'm not mad at Jasmine Crockett. She's realized what she can do. She found lightning in a bottle, so she's going to keep on doing it.
She's famous. She's out there. She's a rock star there in the left-wing progressive realm.
But don't tell me it's genuine, though. Like if you played an audio clip of me from 2019, maybe the voice is slightly different, but I'm not speaking in a whole different way. Same thing with you.
If you heard me when I was 18 years old playing Christian music on 98 WXIR, here's the new one from Sandy Patty. That's how I sounded.
Right. But 6 years ago, though, and this is the difference.
Yeah.
6 years ago,
I sound the same.
You were on the Hammer and Nigel show. And I don't think our audience has ever jumped in. Boy, Nigel really sounds different now than he did back in the day. NBC is apologizing for not using the proper pronouns to describe the Minnesota school shooter. They
Holy God Almighty!
apologized.
You have got to be kidding me.
They issued a correction to their website, MSNBC and NBC News. Here's what it said, quote, "A previous version of this article used the wrong pronoun for the shooter. She used female pronouns. They previously referred to the shooter as a male."
I'm glad we got that straightened out.
Of all the things that NBC has gotten wrong and have never apologized about, Russian PP tapes, Russian collusion.
Didn't Brian Williams lie about getting bombed in a helicopter in Iraq or Afghanistan or something like that?
Right. All the things they've lied about. Oh, Joe Biden's fine. He's cogent. He's more than cogent, as Morning Joe would say. This is where they said, listen, we really need to issue an apology.
Get that out there immediately.
The last thing we want to do is hurt the feelings of the dead scumbag that shot children. This is NBC News. This sums up everything that they are.
And the Democrats as a whole, I would think. Look, does every Democrat think that, NBC should apologize for using the right pronouns? No, but I think that's what's turning people off at the Democratic Party, and that's why they're having such a hard time progressing.
Right.
And the polling is awful for the Democrats. It's because stories like this.
And it's not because the Republicans are good.
No.
That's not the case at all. If you think we're carrying water for the right. No, there's a lot of bad Republicans, especially in leadership positions. But they're not issuing apologies to school shooters. And that's the bar. That's the difference right now. That's the difference between winning and losing.
Well, the mom, I think they did officially change the name of the school shooter at some point, like legally.
But if they didn't issue a correction, who was going to be upset?
Right.
Who was going to protest and picket?
I'm just saying. I know. Making the point.
I know. There's a question on social media making its way around. What character and any movie or TV show scared you the most? Now, Nigel, you grew up watching a lot of slasher flicks with your old man back in the day.
I did. I'd go over to my dad's on the weekends, and we'd watch either outrageous teen sex comedies or like Revenge of the Nerds or Ghostbusters to Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Sure.
So who is your answer? What person in film or TV, I guess, scared you the most?
Yeah, back then, especially, 11, 12, 13 years old, probably Freddy Krueger. There was this movie mid-90s, early 90s called Candyman. Very underrated horror movie.
Now, this wasn't the rapper that sang Knockin' Boots.
No, this was a guy.
Ooh, boy, I love you so.
This guy had like a stump, a fleshy stump with a hook in it. So go back and watch Candyman. That guy scared the crap out of me. And then, like Jack Nicholson's character.
In The Shining?
Is it Jack Torrance? Is that his name? Is that his name in The Shining? So Freddy Krueger, but mainly Freddy. Never got into Friday the 13th, Jason at all, really.
A lot of people said Hannibal Lecter for the creepy factor.
I read that book before I watched that movie.
Silence of the Lambs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of Hannibal Lecter.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Just creepy, man. Just creepy.
Yeah. Once I got a little older, that might enter into the the lexicon of horror people.
Now,
movies.
What if I told you a beloved movie for all ages, if you put scary music behind it and use the same clips from the movie, it sounds like a horrifying villain in a slasher flick? Would you like to hear what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's haunted his whole life.
Hey, stupid!
Destined to be alone. And the one person he cared for
You don't know what love is.
pushed him aside.
She was my special friend. My only friend.
And sent him over the edge.
Mom always says dying is a part of life.
Boris, what are you doing here? You can't keep doing this all the time.
I can't help it. Jenny, I write you all the time.
You just stay away from me, please.
Bye-bye, Jenny. I wanted to be your boyfriend. I'm not a smart man.
Boris, you stay away from me.
I know what love is. Why don't you love me, Jenny?
Forrest Gump.
See, you put scary music behind Forrest Gump. The story makes him sound like a psychopath slasher.
Terrifying.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to DC politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Kirby Heating and Air, family owned since 1983. Call or go to kirbyheating.com to speak with a customer service representative.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Don't wait to hear it from someone else.
I says, oh yeah? And she says, yeah, that's right.
The WIBC Daily Newsletter brings you the headlines, videos, and moments everyone will be talking about next.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on, bud?
Crash, it is on the south side. This is Madison Avenue and Terrace, just south of downtown and in a construction zone. We are backed up in both directions. They had to extricate somebody from a vehicle, and it was a head-on collision. Please avoid that construction area. Southbound 6570 delayed 5 minutes. North split to the south split. East side southbound 465 stop and go from 70 to Washington. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up a little bit after 4 o'clock, right after the news, the Epstein survivors held a press conference earlier today. We've got some audio, and we'll share our thoughts on that. Right now, it's 81 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Let's do a little booze news.
You set them up and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. One by one.
We are gonna read booze news, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Nigel presents Booze News, Booze News. Yeah. Time for booze news. So there is this premium American whiskey brand named Whistle Pig. I don't think I've ever had it. It's only been around since, I don't know, it was founded.
It was founded when the governor of Illinois was trying to get a cab. Good night, everybody. That's it for me. Good night, everybody.
Hey-o! But they've unveiled North America's oldest single malt. Whistle Pig's out of Vermont. It's a Vermont-based distillery. They released its oldest whiskey to date, a 30-year-old single malt. 30 years.
Is it bad
aging.
I'm shaking right now? Like, listen to you describe this. Like, that's not healthy that I'm shaking, is it?
I mean, I could get you something to fix that if you want.
Maybe. It sounds a little weird.
It's the oldest and rarest whiskey to come from Whistle Pig's, I don't know what you call it, profile. And the release is super limited. To give you an idea, I'm not the world's foremost whiskey expert, but like 30 years is a long time to age single malt whiskey. It's usually like, 12, 15, 20 years, like when you talk like Macallan Scotch or something like that.
So I had a pretty good weekend gambling last weekend.
Yeah.
Like, this sounds really good.
Sure.
I feel like I should be able to go out and buy one of these things.
$5,000.
I'm sorry, what?
$5,000 for a Whistle Pig 30-year-old single malts. They've only made 600
Jack Daniels
bottles.
it is. $5,000 for this?
I would love to taste it, man. I would love to taste a $5,000 30-year-old aged single malt whiskey. That would be incredible.
I'd like to have the $5,000. Now, I'm not going to lie. I would like to taste it too. But if they gave me my option, you can have this bottle or you can have $5,000.
What's 5,000 times 600? Is it like a couple million?
October?
I think it's a couple. I think it's 3 million, if I'm not mistaken. But you'd rather have the $5,000 than the.
Man, that's a lot of money. I could go down to Florida, stay in a suite in the middle of the wintertime, and
just depends on how
I could
rich
drink
you
some
were.
Woodford Reserve and Jack Daniels and get just as drunk.
If I had a couple million in the bank, I'd buy a $5,000 30-year-old aged.
Well, if I had a couple million in the bank, I would.
Yeah.
But you're asking me right now.
Yeah.
Like you right now.
Yeah.
I've got the bottle on one
afford it.
side, $5,000 in a suitcase on the other. Which one are you taking?
I can barely afford a $50 bottle of Jameson. I keep dropping them on the ground.
That's right. That's right. So that's the question for the YouTube chat right now.
There it is.
$5,000 or this very special, very rare Whistle Pig $5,000 bottle. Now, if you think you can sell it and make more money, be my guest. But you got $5,000 in the suitcase on one side, the bottle on the other. Which one are you taking? Jump in the YouTube chat right now. Go to WIBC's YouTube page. Jump in the conversation with your fellow Hammer and Nigel listeners and let us know what you think. All right, coming up here in just a little bit, a fun round of Is This Anything? And the Epstein victims. They are talking, but did they name names? That conversation's coming up next.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Shop incredible end-of-summer savings at the Scandinavian Designs Labor Day sale. For a limited time, take up to 70% off select modern furniture and decor for every room in your home, including living room, bedroom, dining room, and more. This is the perfect opportunity to get your space prepped for the party season ahead. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs. We make it simple, you make it home.
Miss M's Home and Garden Labor Day sale continues. 20% off trees and shrubs and patio furniture, too. 30% off of pottery. State Road 135 in Bargersville.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what the weather will offer tonight and in the coming days. You'll hear about a new campaign that was launched, and charges have been filed in the beating of an autistic man in Hammond. Those stories are coming up next, right after Fox News. Until then, you are listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it is now 4 o'clock.
A tug of war intensifies over the Jeffrey Epstein files. Elisa Brady, Fox News, as accusers of the late sex offender visit Capitol Hill.
They want all the documents released without redactions. An attorney for the victims, Bradley Edwards, says people will, quote, be appalled by what's in the documents. Democrats and a few Republicans are pushing the House to release everything.
Fox's Chad Pergram on the Hill, the House passing one measure that would formalize the House Oversight Committee's Epstein probe, seen by critics as a move by GOP leadership to avoid a vote on releasing the files. President Trump calls the documents controversy a hoax engineered by Democrats to distract from his accomplishments. Secretary of State Marco Rubio defending a U.S. strike in the Caribbean on what the president calls a boat carrying drugs and headed for the U.S.
The president of the United States is going to wage war on narco-terrorist organizations. This one was operating in international waters, headed towards the United States to flood our country with poison, and under President Trump, those days are over.
Rubio says the boat came from Venezuela. The strike killing 11 people on the boat. The Venezuelan leader has criticized a buildup of U.S. forces in the region. A new bipartisan bill would restrict stock trading by members of Congress, aimed at preventing insider trading, and it's creating some unlikely alliances.
If anyone says, this isn't fair, I'm going to have to divest all my stocks if I'm going to run for Congress, maybe you should stay home.
New York Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez working with Texas Republican Chip Roy on the Restore Trust in Congress Act, which combines proposals from other bills and would still allow lawmakers to have money held in mutual funds. On Wall Street, a mixed finish. The Dow down just 25 points at the bell. That's well off session lows. The Nasdaq finishing higher. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Rain's on the way tonight. Partly cloudy for now and 81 degrees still on Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. And that rain should hang around through tomorrow morning.
Because it hasn't rained in quite a while, just watch out for slick roads. When it doesn't rain for a while, the oils build up. And right as it starts to rain, that's when the oils and the water can mix together to create pretty slick conditions.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says we're not expecting any severe weather with the system, though a thunderstorm with some lightning could pop up. Park Indy wants to get a little more personal. Johnette Cruz explains why.
A new campaign by Park Indy aims to shift public perception about parking enforcement. The We Are Park Indy initiative will highlight how parking staff help keep the city safe and accessible. Park Indy officials say proper enforcement is crucial for keeping streets clear for emergency vehicles and ensuring sidewalks are open for pedestrians. The campaign will feature weekly profiles of staff members on social media and a blog to showcase their important contributions to the community. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
An autistic man in Hammond was beaten last month. John Herrick reports that charges have now been filed.
Scott Lindsay was attacked while riding his bike through a park and lost several teeth as a result. His family says the dental work to repair the damage done to his mouth will be costly and extensive. Police say they used license plate readers to find and arrest Keyshawn Brooks. They believe Brooks beat Lindsay up while other kids were taunting Lindsay in the background. Brooks is now charged with felony battery. Sean Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And for IndyCar, Andretti Global signing two-time series champion and 2018 Indy 500 winner Will Power to the team. Power spent 17 seasons with Team Penske, where he racked up 42 of his 45 wins and 65 of his record 71 pole positions. Power will fill the open seat left by Colton Herta, who is heading to F1 to be a test driver for Cadillac in their first season on the grid. It's 4:04. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Shaavas Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Shaavas for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Shaavas Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
With traffic at 405, here's Matt Bear.
Southside, we had a serious crash in this construction zone on Madison Avenue. It is Madison and Terrace. It was a head-on collision, so they still might be cleaning up there. I do see some delays more than usual in that area, so you may want to stay clear of that construction zone for now. Also looking at the east side, this is a crash, Washington Street at Mithofer. Downtown, southbound 6570 jams up from the north split to the south split, delayed 5 minutes. Inbound 65, stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, slow after Harding into the south split. Crash downtown. This is 16th Street at Penn, and a crash on the east side, New York Street at Gale. Traffic sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is coming back to Columbus September 3rd through the 6th. Kids 12 and under free. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast. Mostly cloudy conditions will kick in tonight, as well as scattered showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the upper 50s. And for tomorrow morning, showers are possible as well. Sunshine will appear with highs in the lower 70s Thursday afternoon. I'm Jake McDaniel, on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters
are weirdos?
So let's rock!
Man, Hammer, do you see this press conference held by some of the Epstein victims and survivors earlier today?
Yeah, this was like a joint venture. Thomas Massey on the Republican side worked with somebody on the Democrat side, and they had these survivors, if you want to call them that, victims, whatever choice of word you want to use.
Yeah, I'd call them both, sure.
Spoke to the press, big gathering outside of Washington, and here's a little bit of what one of the victims had to say.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors.
What are you waiting for?
Thank you. Like, I'm sorry you've been through hell. Like, and it sounds like you have, and I have no doubts about that. But this is BS. People are out there that have done this, according to your claims. You're never going to have a bigger audience than you had today.
Politicians, world leaders, I think were words that I heard out of her mouth.
Right. Like, I'm tired
Billionaires.
of the theater with all of this crap. You had a major press conference. Everybody was there. You had a big crowd. The networks were there. Lawmakers were walking by. They were showing up. Give us names now. What are you waiting for? Don't say we're going to give them to you later. That's bull crap. What's the point of the press conference then? Like, I'm sorry, that just reeked of theater earlier today.
Yeah,
if you're going to be transparent, be transparent, put it out there. NBC News, they brought some of those folks doing the press conference in for like a round table. And this was interesting. They asked those folks if you ever saw Donald Trump on the island or doing anything inappropriate with younger girls or around Jeffrey Epstein in an inappropriate way. Take a listen.
I do have to ask, and I know, and it's just something that I think we're compelled to at this moment, with the attention on President Trump, with these questions around a pardon. Did anybody see or hear of the president himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Jeffrey Epstein?
No, and it goes around the horn, no. So the answers were all no. But what you're going to see on social media is like a headline that's taken out of context. Epstein survivors asked about Donald Trump. Now, they all said no, but that's not going to be the headline.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point. The headline reads, Epstein survivors inquired about Donald Trump and his visitations to Epstein Island.
Right. They all said no, but that's not the headline that you're going to see. And again, does it make me a horrible person that I thought that was a BS move by these survivors today to say, oh, we've got the names. Oh, we're gonna put a big list out there, but we're not going to do it now. You don't tease something like that. It's not a radio show where you've got a contest coming up.
Is there an element, let's see how I put this here. Is there an element that they think they have not received justice, so they will receive some sort of monetary compensation for their stories, for their lists, for their information?
And
because
maybe
so far they have not. There's, I guess, justice in the fact that Epstein was arrested and ultimately killed himself, or it was maybe Hillary Clinton with with plastic gloves and piano wire
fake
around,
mustache,
squeezing the crap out of, squeezing the life out of him. I don't know.
But if there was some sort of monetary thing they were looking for, it feels like this could have been acquired behind the scenes. The point of this big press conference was what exactly? You've got a big audience. All the networks are there. The movers, the shakers. You've got the names. You've got the leverage. But all you did was tease that you might do something. This was a waste of time today. That kind of bothered me a lot. Wild times on CNN, Nige. People are actually tuning in to CNN.
On, like, just flipping channels?
Well, they're into Scott Jennings.
Are they in the airport?
They're into seeing Scott Jennings just go toe-to-toe with some of these lunatics.
Scott Jennings, their Republican guy.
And we'll get to him in just a moment. But also, times are wild. You got Van Jones up there making sense. Former Obama advisor, CNN contributor Van Jones was speaking on a panel and said that the whole bringing your woke policies to work and expecting everybody to bow down to your every woke need is bad for business, and we kind of got to move on from that.
It got ridiculous. I mean, I'm an employer, and at a certain point, your Slack channel just turns into Vietnam every other day because something happened that had nothing to do with the workplace. And then people are not speaking, not mad. And you got to bring in all kind of counselors and this is not camp, guys.
It's not camp.
We're trying to make money. So I enjoyed the moment for a while where we were having our reckonings about everything. We done wrecked. Okay, we went from reckoning to wrecked.
Wow.
We should move on.
We should move on.
I enjoyed our reckonings, and we wrecked, meaning he wrecked the Democratic Party.
Yeah, they've gone too extreme.
That's what I took it as.
Yeah, go woke, go broke, and instead of going broke, lose elections, and that's what happened. And again, we said this last break. It's not because the Republicans are so good at governing. It's because the Democrats went bat crap crazy. That's why the polling is so bad. So that's one reason why people are tuning in to CNN. Van Jones, the rare voice of reason. But then there's Scott Jennings. And I feel like he's been the breakout star of conservative media over the last year or so.
Last couple of years for sure, but he's been with CNN for 7 years. And now we're only just discovering him.
Did they just now turn him loose?
I guess.
You've got carte blanche to call these people all the names you want. Well, last night, Scott Jennings was on a panel, and I guess he had a phone conversation with President Trump. And the other panelists are kind of joking, oh, I heard he was dead. Donald Trump, that whole rumor that he was dead. Listen to where Scott Jennings takes this conversation.
You had an opportunity to ask the president today about this, and you did not. Why?
Well, because when he got on the phone and sounded very much alive, I thought it would sound kind of stupid, frankly, to ask an alive person
if they were dead. But I'll tell you who is a complete piece of shit. I'm going to tell you right now.
There have been a lot of swear words at this
Tim
table today.
Walz,
Okay.
the governor of Minnesota, holding up a phone in front of a rally saying, well, we thought we were going to wake up and find out the president had died. Someday it'll happen. Someday it'll happen. I used to say he was the biggest buffoon in American politics, but it's worse now.
Wow, piece of S.
Calling Governor Tim Walz, Old Balls Tim Walz,
Yeah.
a piece of S.
Well, that was his actions talking about Donald Trump holding up the phone. Someday he'll be dead. Yeah, of course. I mean, imagine if somebody did that to Joe Biden during his presidency. Much less an elected official.
Disgusting MAGA
A governor.
crowd. That's what they would be labeled as, the disgusting MAGA crowd. And here comes Captain Prancer going on stage, holding up a phone, trying to get a cheap laugh over Donald Trump, who has been nearly assassinated, mind you.
A few times.
Rumors of his demise not being true. So he gets called a piece of blank from Scott Jennings, which brings us to great moments and people being called pieces of blank history. Ladies and gentlemen, Scarface.
You a piece of shit. Jonathan, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, you cockroach.
Great moments and people being called pieces of blank history. The shine box scene in Goodfellas.
No more shines, Billy. What? I said no more shines. Maybe you didn't hear about it. You've been away a long time. They didn't go up there and tell you. I don't shine shoes anymore.
Relax, will you, for crying out? What's got into you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit, that's all. I'm only kidding with you.
I'm sorry, too. It's okay, no problem.
Okay, salute. Now go home and get your shine box.
What is the name of this segment?
Great moments and people being called pieces of blank history. And last but not least, you've got Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore.
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Great moments and people being called pieces of blank history.
Oh, wow.
That segment has not been done since Mike Pence used to sit in this very chair.
It's been a while.
Matt Bear.
Crash cleanups outside. It's Madison Avenue and Terrace south of downtown. It was a head-on collision. Somebody had to be extricated. Please be careful in that construction zone. Crash downtown. It's Penn and 16th. Southbound 65 is 70 stop from the north split to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 74-minute delay from Harding into the south split. Inbound 65 slows 21st to the north split. On the north side, eastbound 465 slow from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Speedway crash. Crawfordsville Road to the west of 16th Main. Traffic sponsored by Primitive Mist during an asthma attack. Every second feels like the eternity. Primitive Mist opens airways quickly. Get the number one FDA approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Breathe easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, let's get to 200 on the YouTube thumbs up. WIBC's YouTube channel. They've got live chat. They got a dedicated camera on Nigel and I. You can see how firm, tan, and athletic we look at any time, except for commercials. So go to the WIBC YouTube chat. We need 148 people. That gets us to 200. 148. And the reason we're asking for these likes is because the people in our digital department, the 20-year-olds that have accomplished nothing, give us lectures every day.
Oh, wow.
So I just want them to shut up. If you've ever been in a position
Nick does a great job
where you just want people to shut up at the office, you know what we go through, give us a sympathy thumbs up, right? WIBC's YouTube page, click that like button. Is this anything? Next.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for
you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back at the racing capital of the world. This sports car racing event, September 19th through 21st, is different than anything you've seen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday the 21st, it's the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks. And now the race runs 6 hours. The paddock is open for fans all weekend long. Infield camping opportunities make this a can't-miss weekend. Kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. Get your tickets at IMS.com.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
Jeff Chapman here. Your home has a lot of systems. We cover them all. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, and now electrical. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed Hammer, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search. Let's see if you got any money floating around out there. Just put your name in indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? A woman in Florida met up with a man to sell him some used shoes last weekend. Maybe this is from like the Facebook Marketplace. I know Tony does a segment on that every morning. But upon arrival, the man asked if he could sniff her feet.
A reasonable request.
She said no. He got mad, and he hit her with an SUV while he was driving away.
Wow.
Here is the victim talking about what happened.
We had met up because I was going to sell him my sneakers. He just wanted to sniff my feet, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. I mean, you could have my sneakers all you want. I mean, I don't care. I'm not wearing them. You know, they're just stinky old sneakers. But people like weird things. And I met him down in the parking garage. He did a 3-point turn and actually hit me with a car, ran me over. I've met a lot of people who have foot fetishes. Nobody has ever done anything to this caliber.
She's met a lot of people that have foot fetishes. My question is, why didn't she charge him? Okay, yeah, you can sniff my feet. That'll be an extra $50. If you want to buy women's shoes, I don't know what she's doing, meeting a man in a parking garage. I'm not like, look, it might sound like I'm victim blaming here. I don't know what she's doing. The advice I would give my daughter would be never to meet a man in a parking garage to sell him your shoes.
But if you do, it's an extra $50 for him to sniff.
Yes. I mean,
that's
at least
good
get
parenting.
something out of it. The guy was charged. They found the guy. They charged him for aggravated assault. But I still, Hammer, who was the NFL guy that had the foot obsession?
Rex Ryan.
Fetish? Rex Ryan. Didn't he joke about? He jokes around about it.
Right. Well, he did that Hard Knocks season when he was the Jets head coach.
Yeah.
And he and his wife, like, he kind of makes it known he's got a foot thing, and now he jokes about it because everybody, gives him crap from that Hard Knocks season.
I don't get it. I don't get why this woman would agree to meet a man in some lower portion of a parking garage to sell him women's shoes. And then I don't get I guess I do get why she doesn't, like, I don't know. You're not sniffing my feet, but it sounds like she's had that, she sounds like she's had that proposition before.
Right. She says, I've met a lot of people with foot fetishes.
She's been propositioned before for foot fetishes. Don't be shocked when you meet a guy on the second floor of a concrete parking garage saying, hey, I'll take the shoes plus, a couple whiffs of your piggies.
So that's why you either need to go there armed or go there with somebody else. Like, I hate the fact that it sounds like she was alone in the situation.
How dumb can you be? Again, it does sound like I'm victim blaming a little bit, but you can't. You got to teach.
Don't put yourself in that position.
Use your head.
Right.
The guy almost ran you over because you wouldn't let him sniff your feet.
I mean, I think multiple things can be true, right? Victim blaming, whatever. But I grew up with the understanding of don't put yourself in bad positions. Is it legal to wear nothing but a bikini and walk up and down 38th Street at 2 o'clock in the morning? Yes. Is it something I would advise my relatives, my family, my daughter to do? Absolutely not. There's a difference. Don't put yourself in a position where you could encounter danger. Does that make sense?
I think that makes perfect sense.
Is this anything? Roger Waters, Pink Floyd, mocked Ozzy Osbourne in a recent interview, and Ozzy's son Jack responded to the negative comments, saying that Roger is, quote, pathetic and out of touch. Here's a little bit of what Roger said about Ozzy.
Ozzy Osbourne, who just died, bless him, in his whatever that state that he was in his whole life, we'll never know. Although he was all over the TV for hundreds of years with his idiocy and nonsense. The music, I have no idea. I couldn't give a I don't care about Black Sabbath. I never did. I have no interest in biting the heads off chickens or whatever they do. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, well, Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, what about your anti-Semitic idiocy, which have only intensified since the 2000s with performances and statements and associations that invoke anti-Semitic tropes, referring to Jewish power, having a giant floating pig with the Jewish star on, floating above your concert. Shut up. I don't want to hear anything about Roger Waters. He is the biggest anti-Semite out there that I know.
And it's not really my genre of music, but man, I never got into Pink Floyd. Like when I was in college and you'd go to a buddy's house and you were just going to do the old smoke some weed and hang out kind of thing. Like if they had Pink Floyd on, I'm like, man, I'm just going to hit the bong and go. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this crap. I mean, it's just not my thing. Classic rock, I can get with some of it. I like some old AC/DC, old Van Halen. But if you're putting on like the Dark Side of the Moon, I'm not that level of hippie. I'm just, that's not me at all. Last one here. Is this anything? A Texas roadhouse in Massachusetts.
Uh-oh.
Now being inspected after a video went viral of somebody allegedly finding metal staples baked into their bread. Here is a video that was on TikTok posted about metal staples in the bread.
Mid-bite, my sister's like, ow, like there's something hard in here. So my mom takes the bun to inspect it. We open the bun to find staples. We find staples like baked into the bread.
Yeah, it just sounds like the bread that came out of the packaging had staples in it.
Not necessarily put there on purpose.
No, yeah, just the packaging. They probably have like a assembly line where the bread is put in, and a couple errant staples got in.
Do they still do the peanuts on the table at the Texas Roadhouse, or did that go away with COVID?
I haven't been there for a while. I love the rolls. Don't get me wrong. I
Rolls
love the
are
Texas
great.
Roadhouse rolls.
They are.
This story is not going to make me, if I ever were to go there again, the story is not going to make me not get the rolls. But I don't know about the peanuts.
They used to have like a bucket
you
of
just
like
stick
the
your
peanuts
hand
in there.
Like a community bucket, and you can...
Right. But then COVID happened, and I'm sure some scientist somewhere said, well, that's gonna kill you. Well, we have to get rid of the bucket now.
Well, we need to put the plexiglass up in front of every bucket of remember the plexiglass stuff?
Right, because the Rona was so stupid, it didn't know how to get around the plexiglass.
The plexiglass would actually hinder the circulation that was beneficial to, you operating within that area.
Allison?
Yes, Texas Roadhouse still serves peanuts, but you have to ask your server for a pre-packaged bag, and you cannot throw them on the floor.
Boo. Can't throw them on the floor?
Thanks,
no
Biden.
shells on the floor anymore.
That's unacceptable. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They were awarded with what? Partly cloudy skies and 81 degrees on Monument Circle. Tonight's low is 58. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:31. The Harlem Hellfighters, the first African-American troops deployed during World War I, were given the Congressional Medal of Honor by House Speaker Mike Johnson. Johnson says the men are finally getting the recognition they deserve for serving their country, even though they've been facing discrimination back home.
Some of you have worked years to make this day possible, to see these men receive the recognition that they so dearly deserve.
The regiment spent over 190 days in combat, more than any other similarly sized unit in the war. The political fighting is back on in Washington, with Democrats still battling the GOP-backed Big Beautiful Bill, nearly 2 months after President Trump signed it into law. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer told the press that Republicans are trying to rebrand the bill ahead of the midterms.
This bill is so wildly unpopular because it's at its very core, it's devastating to American communities, and Americans are already feeling it. So they're running away from it.
These comments come as lawmakers return from their August recess facing a potential government shutdown and debates over the federal police presence in D.C. A proposed data center in Indianapolis is getting more opposition. John Herrick reports.
16 members of the Indianapolis City County Council now say they oppose a Google data center in Franklin Township. The latest two were City County Council Vice President Allie Brown and District 4 Councilor Nick Roberts Wednesday afternoon. Roberts elaborated more in a video he posted to social media.
Among my top reasons for deep concern about the project is the impact this might have on electricity rates and water usage in Indianapolis, which already happened with a lot of data centers all over the country and in Indiana.
He also doesn't love that Google would only create 50 permanent jobs with it. A formal vote is supposed to happen later this month. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And now for your WIBC Closing Bell report. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 24 points to 45,271. The S&P 500 added 32 points to 6448, and the Nasdaq went up by 218 points to 21,497. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:33.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
With traffic at 434, here's Matt Baer.
Southside, a serious crash from earlier this afternoon has closed Madison Avenue in both directions at Terrace. And the closure point I'm using right now is from Raymond Street up to Morris and vice versa. Closed in both directions in this construction zone because of a head-on collision. Right now, East Street taking on extra traffic, especially outbound, as well as South Meridian. Please be safe on your way home. Looking downtown, southbound 6570 delayed 5 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 coming in slowly. 5-minute delay from Harding Street to the south split. Hendricks County westbound 70 jams up before State Road 267 for about a mile. On the north side, eastbound 465 slow. Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Crash downtown. Penn at 16th crash east side. Washington at Mithofer. And a crash in Speedway. Crawfordsville Road to the west of Maine. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms into our Wednesday night. Severe weather is not expected. Lows in the upper 50s. Thursday, we're going to see cooler temperatures with decreasing clouds and dry air in place. High temperatures will only be in the low 70s. Some areas may fail to get out of the 60s tomorrow. Friday, highs in the mid-upper 70s before we track a second cold front that will bring an isolated shower chance. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Truck drivers and owner-operators, there's never been a better time to team up at Schneider. We have more team-friendly loads than ever, including express delivery parcel freight that offers great miles with no delays to keep the wheels turning. Plus, for a limited time, company team drivers may be eligible for a sign-on bonus of up to $16,000. Owner-operator teams may qualify for a $10,000 incentive. Explore team driver positions at SchneiderJobs.com and search team contracting jobs at SchneiderOwnerOperators.com.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches, just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, it's happening over and over again. Liberal lower courts are doing everything Hammer in their power to stop Donald Trump, like blocking Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act for deportations, just as an example.
Right.
One example.
This is the latest example, right? Divided Fifth Circuit Court has blocked Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act to deport people here illegally. Now, this was a 3-judge panel, and it was a 2-to-1 split. But long story short, they say that Trump still can activate special deportation powers under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, but state-backed mass migration policies are what they're drawing the line at here. So long story short, the Supreme Court's going to have to go in again and overturn something the lower court activist judges have done again.
Yeah, lower courts just stopped Trump from deporting children back to their families.
Yeah.
They said they were literally on the tarmac, on buses, on airplanes. These kids going back to their families, and a judge said, no, hold on. We can't reunite these kids with their families yet because it's Donald Trump.
Right. And there was another judge recently in a lower court that said Donald Trump violated the law when he sent federal authorities into Los Angeles during their riots. Riots being the key word there, riots, and the commander-in-chief sending in some additional help, the National Guard. There was some activist, woke, lower circuit judge that said Trump violated this and that.
Oh, well.
Like, I wonder if the Supreme Court justices wake up in the morning and realize that their whole work day is going to be having to come into the office and overturn the idiots in the lower courts. Right? Does Kavanaugh get up, crack open a cold one, text Clarence Thomas, you believe these clowns? I can't believe we got to go in on a beautiful day like today. I should be out at the Nationals game drinking a beer in the stands. Instead, I got to come in here and deal with these idiots.
Always like beer.
It's been a while since we've had one of these, Nige.
Yeah?
I don't really like it any more than anybody else does.
What's that?
Because it takes me back to a bad place. But I feel like we need to check in with America's fight against COVID-19.
COVID-19. Oh, I swear that I mean at this moment.
There are
three, I don't care.
A lot of therapeutics.
Now you've made
Big Nige, bring us home.
Because of COVID-19.
Nice. Well done. You were like the opera guy in Looney Tunes. I was waiting for the shirt to come rolling up and face to turn red. That's well done. Remember the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky?
Yeah, under Trump. Yeah, sure.
She is now admitting that during COVID, the agency never even considered key COVID vaccine issues. She did an event. She was a guest speaker at some event this past weekend. And she says that the CDC never considered, never crossed their mind the possibility of waning immunity, reduced efficacy, all things revolving COVID.
The vaccine working?
Right. They based what this country used as policy on optimism.
You know, I think I can tell you where I was when the CNN feed came that it was 95% effective, the vaccine. So many of us wanted to be hopeful. So many of us wanted to say, okay, this is our ticket out, right? Now we're done. So I think we had perhaps too little caution and too much optimism for some good things that came our way. I really do. I think all of us wanted this to be done. Nobody said waning. When you know, oh, this vaccine's going to work. Oh, well, maybe it'll work. It'll wear off. Nobody said, well, what if the next variant doesn't? It's not as potent against the next variant.
Quick correction, my bad. She was not the head of the CDC when Trump was president. I think she had a role in the Trump administration, but she was she ran the CDC when Biden was there. But I mean, you heard it right there. And this is something that's not new to any of us. We were saying this without we don't need her to tell us that vaccine didn't work.
But we based policies. People lost jobs in this country off of what the CDC had to say. And she was the former CDC director.
Military members.
And she's coming out now saying, yeah, we were just really basing it all on optimism. Optimism. So people, you know, got this vaccine. Maybe they got sick. People didn't get the vaccine. They got fired. There were some politicians that wanted you to have a passport to live your life based off the vaccine.
Yeah, couldn't go state to state, couldn't go into restaurants.
Social media kicked people off for talking about the vaccine, all of which became true, by the way. And now she's coming out going, we were optimistic. Oh, that's great. Tell that to the military member that got kicked out, or the person that lost their job, or maybe they got called a petri dish by Governor Holcomb here in Indiana.
I wish I never would have got the vaccine. I regret it to this day.
Same.
I regret it to this day.
The situation here at our office, and we've talked about this before, we were basically pressured to get it. Now, Rob Kendall never got it, to his credit. Rob was at a different place in his life. At that time, he didn't have a wife. He didn't have a baby. I happen to have a wife and 2 kids. And we do pretty well on this show. Not going to lie, we make decent money here. And we were faced with the proposition of, you need to get this vaccine or we'll just eliminate you. And as good as Emmis was to us, Jeff Smollion's ownership, and I like Jeff. Jeff's a good dude. He's a super lib.
It was a wrong decision.
Super lib, but he never told us what to say.
Right.
I hated being put in that position to where I felt like I had to inject something in my body to keep my job. Now, Rob decided to play hardball. He was willing to lose his job, and he ended up keeping it to his credit.
You got the exception or exemption. I think he got it from Micah.
Yeah. Micah was his pastor and wrote him a religious exemption.
His old euchre buddy.
He played some hardball with him. He won, and I'll tip my hat to Rob on that one. But not everybody was in that position where they didn't care if they lost their job or not. You know, we worked hard to get to where we're at. We make a lot of money. We provide for our families, and I hate that we were put in that position.
And I've had COVID since, like years after. I never got my wife got it in 2020, and before the vaccine was ever around. And I had to stay. Remember when I was doing the show from my closet?
Every once in a while, I'd hear a toilet flush.
Yeah, because the closet is right next to the toilet. I had to do it in the closet because of the echo and the sound. And my wife, I never got it. Nobody in our house got it. We had to stay home for 5 days. My wife had she got punched in the gut by it. She was sick. And I slept with her and, slept in the same bed with her, and nobody ever got it. And then 3 years later, finally, after it's all done, I've got COVID and I'm stuck at home, not going to the Christmas Eve service at Traders Point.
Yes or no? When you were working at home and I heard that toilet flush, were you pooping on the air talking to me? Yes or no?
I did it on purpose. No. I may have gone number 2 on the air.
Well, that's what I just asked.
Oh, no. Number one, not number 2.
I think you just outed yourself.
No.
You pooped while talking to me. That's
take
weird.
A dump while on these airwaves.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
And basically, you have those old, drafty, cheap, builder-grade windows. Now is the best time to replace those windows with the deal at Window Nation. WindowNation.com for all your window needs. I have Window Nation windows. They're top quality. They're energy efficient from a trusted company at a reasonable price. Window Nation knows replacing windows is an investment, and they want to make it affordable for you.
All this month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And there's no limit. The more you buy, the more free ones you get. And the best part, you don't pay anything. Nothing. No monthly payments, no down payments, no interest until 2027. That's a 2-year wait to pay anything on the best windows in the game. 866-90-NATION. Schedule a free estimate right now. What do you got to lose? It's free. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Pat Sullivan here. It's that time of year in Indiana when you don't know if you need your AC unit blasting or your furnace to start kicking. Better have both prepared with a $49 AC unit and furnace tune-up from Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Is it sweater weather or tank top weather? Nobody knows. But we do know that you can ensure total comfort inside your home for only $49. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
It's JMV. Fall is approaching, and Miss M's Home and Garden is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale continues. Now at Miss M's, save 20% on all trees, shrubs, and patio furniture, plus 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you do not want to miss. Get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with the high-quality pottery, or get a few pieces of poly patio furniture just in time for cooler fall nights. Miss M's on State Road 135, south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
As our loved ones age, ensuring their safety at home becomes a top priority. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I'll be right back with some practical things you can do to reduce the possibility of a fall or injury.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Removing tripping hazards such as rugs and floor clutter is one way to prevent or minimize falls around the home. Another is to position grab bars in the restroom and other common areas where your loved one may need some extra support. Contact your local area agency on aging to inquire about low-cost or free installation services. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access a library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Kirby Heating. We have over 40 years of experience to help during your time of need. Call or go to kirbyheating.com.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Join the Home and Garden Show live this Saturday from 9 till 1. Broadcasting live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone for the Fall Mum Fest. It's one weekend only with mums at the lowest price of the year. The Fall Mum Fest at Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
Not fair. Based on what I know about Indianapolis at rush hour, I'm just going to assume everything's fine, everybody's using a turn signal, and all the construction is complete.
It's all gone. Every single road collision. No, it's bedlam, like usual. We're looking at the south side right now. Madison Avenue is closed right now at Terrace because of an earlier crash. No timetable on when that's going to reopen, but right now rerouting traffic is using East-South Meridian, and those two are more congested than usual. Please be safe on your way home tonight if you're using those. Inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from 29th to Meridian Penn. Westbound 70 drag it into the north split from rural. Southbound 65 70 11-minute delay north split down to the south split, and eastbound 70 6-minute delay Harding Street into the south split. East side southbound 465 stop and go 70 to 74. Northwest side southbound 465 loaded 71st down to 65. Crashed Speedway Crawfordsville Road west of 16th, and a crash Broad Ripple Avenue east of Primrose. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
81 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Yeah.
Nigel, remember that embarrassing Colts banner they had up inside of Lucas Oil Stadium that said AFC finalist?
Finalists.
They've since taken that down. I think they gave it to Barstool because they would always make fun of it. But it wasn't the AFC Championship. It was AFC finalist. And everybody was like...
It was up there for years.
You don't put a banner up
Yeah.
for making the AFC Championship game. That's embarrassing. Well, the Auburn basketball team has now entered the chat.
Uh-oh.
Auburn basketball. They passed out number 1 seed rings to the basketball team that did not make the championship game last year. The Auburn basketball team was a number 1 seed going into March Madness, coached by Bruce Pearl. And I love Bruce Pearl. But they got beat in the Final Four by Florida. Florida went on to win the national championship. But we're finding out now that Auburn is having a big celebration to pass out number 1 seed March Madness rings to all their players.
Are those going to be worth anything on the secondary market? Because I would sell mine immediately on eBay if I was a player.
That's embarrassing. Number 1 seed? Like, it'd be a reminder that we didn't go to the championship game. We did not win the championship. We got beat by an SEC rival. Florida beat us on their way to a championship. Number 1 seed championship rings. What's more embarrassing? The 2009 Colts AFC finalist banner.
It's not even close. It's the banner. It's the finalist banner. And whoever decided to take it down and send it to Barstool is a genius and deserves to be promoted within the Colts organization.
I think it was Jim. I think it was Jim Irsay.
No.
I think he had a pretty good sense of humor about it. But he's also pretty media savvy. He does these contests on Twitter, or he did when he was alive.
True.
I think he realized it was time to get rid of that thing.
I would like to know the story behind that.
But yeah, that's pretty bad. But passing out number 1 seed rings to a team that didn't even make the championship game, that's kind of
participation trophy-ish.
Right. Rings go to winners.
Trophies go to winners.
Number 1 seed. You walk around with that thing, people laugh at you.
I mean, a ribbon maybe. If you want a ribbon, people get first, second, third place, fourth place ribbons in a 4-H.
Put a banner up in Auburn's building, Final Four. Okay, making a Final Four is worthy of a banner, I guess.
That's interesting.
Butler's got 2 Final Four banners.
Do they really?
Hanging up in Hinkle. Now, they made 2 championship games.
Yeah.
But it's hanging up in Hinkle. But rings are different. All right, do not go anywhere. The Shaavas family joining us next.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Race Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Raise Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll talk with an oncologist within 48 hours of your diagnosis, so you won't have to wait to start finding answers.
They got me in pretty quickly to meet my team. They gave me the plan and what they knew and what they wanted to do. I was really impressed with the care team and the approach they took.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
A quality supply and tool now through November 2nd. While supplies last, there's a huge Milwaukee sale going on. Enjoy lower prices on outdoor power tools like chainsaws and blowers. Or grab a select M18 4 or 6-piece combo kit and get not one, but your choice of 2 select M18 tools free. The sale's at all 4 quality supply and tool locations in Bloomington, Lafayette, Indianapolis, and Jeffersonville. Whether you're a pro during the week or want to work like one on weekends, Quality Supply and Tool helps you do it by thinking outside the box. Store.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear about a man facing charges for what he did. September is an important month to keep in mind, and you'll hear why. Andretti Global said today they signed an IndyCar Series champion. Those stories coming up next, right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it is now 5 o'clock.
A big ruling for Harvard. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge just siding with the Ivy League school in a fight over research grants cut by the Trump administration. The judge ordering the reversal of more than $2 billion in cuts, ruling that they amounted to illegal retaliation for Harvard University rejecting White House demands to change its policies. The administration targeting several schools over their handling of pro-Palestinian protests and anti-Semitism on campus. 3 other Ivy League schools recently announced deals with the administration, and Harvard is still working on one. An expanded crime crackdown still in the works.
Following a surge of federal law enforcement and a National Guard deployment in D.C., President Trump has suggested federal intervention in Chicago over the objection of the governor of Illinois.
So we're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago, or do we go to a place like New Orleans, where we have a great governor, Jeff Landry, who wants us to come in?
The president says his administration could straighten out crime in New Orleans in 2 weeks.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, the president criticizing Democrat mayors and governors for resisting. The House kills a motion to punish a congresswoman over a confrontation at an ICE facility.
Several Republicans joined House Democrats in a motion to table a censure resolution against Congresswoman LaMonica McIver. The resolution would have also removed the New Jersey Democrat from the Homeland Security Committee. The Congresswoman is facing charges from the Department of Justice after entering an ICE facility in New Jersey. The DOJ alleges she assaulted a law enforcement officer, while she claims she was the one who was assaulted and says the charges are political. Republican Don Bacon tells Fox News Radio he feels it's best to let the Ethics Committee finish its report on the incident.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A Marion County man now facing more than 10 criminal charges. Partly cloudy and 81 degrees still in downtown Indy. Lows in the upper 50s tonight. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Investigators say Larry Durson Jr. sexually assaulted 2 women on the Monon Trail last month. Some of the charges against him include intimidation, attempted rape, and battery resulting in serious bodily injury. IMPD thanked the community for helping them identify and arrest Durson. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. John Herrick reports.
This is a 93 WIBC News Spotlight.
You might hear of suicide and think it's all about mental health struggles. Dr. Charlie Brooks is the CEO of Bloomington Meadows in Bloomington, and he says that's not always the case.
The research shows that feelings of isolation are particularly problematic for a lot of people, and these can occur around major life changes.
And that can be the loss of a loved one, the end of a marriage, or financial struggles. Brooks says any life event that makes a person feel separated from their support system can bring about thoughts of suicide.
That's when we really encourage people to reach out and stay connected with people who are supportive in their life, people who they know to be a strong advocate for them and wish them well and demonstrate healthy behaviors for them.
On Thursday, you'll hear about resources that are available to help Hoosiers experiencing suicidal thoughts. With your WIBC News Spotlight, I'm John Herrick.
Andretti Global assigning a 2-time series champion to the team after Colton Herta's exit. Jarrett Lewis with that story.
A major shakeup this offseason involving 2 of IndyCar's more prominent teams. Andretti Global is moving 2-time series champion and 20
2018 Indy 500 winner Will Power into the seat left by Colton Herta, who's departing the team after 7 seasons to go after his dream of racing in F1. Herta will be a test driver for Cadillac F1's entry next season. Power's move to Andretti means there's now a seat open at Team Penske. Many believe it will be awarded to 23-year-old David Malukas from AJ Foyt Racing. Jarrett Lewis, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 5:04.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
You've got WIBC traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Southside Madison Avenue closed at Terrace. That's because of a head-on collision from earlier this afternoon. Right now, people are rerouting on East and South Meridian. Those will be busy as you go home. Southbound 6570 downtown, delayed 11 minutes. North split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic. Harding Street into the south split for a 6-minute delay. And inbound 65 slows from 29th to Meridian Penn. Westbound 70 slow. Rural into the north split. And northbound 65 stop and go from Raymond into the south split because of construction. North side, eastbound 465 slows Westfield Boulevard over to the White River and a crash north side. Grandview Drive at Kessler. Crash Broad Ripple Avenue east of Primrose. Traffic sponsored by Robert Half. Their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Scattered showers and isolated storms expected into our Wednesday night with lows in the upper 50s. Thursday, drier with decreasing clouds. Highs will only be in the low 70s, which will be a bit cooler than today was. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Do you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with with a few special guests in studio.
We got a full studio here. We've got Matt and Lori Shaavas with us. Liz Mize is also with us. It's a big weekend. It's the big car show to honor Noah Shaavas. And Matt and Lori, we'll start with you. One of the things that I've learned talking to folks who have lost loved ones is how important it is to keep that legacy alive. And as long as Nigel and I have microphones and the ability to do this on this flame-throwing radio station, we want to make sure that that happens. So tell us about your son, Noah.
Well, I mean, Noah, when he was 18 years old, probably in the period of a couple months, he turns 18, he enlists in the Army, and he's shipped off to basic training, graduates high school. All of this happens, and I'm still kind of in the parent mode,
right?
In my relationship with him, just trying to make sure that he's on the right path in life. So I wasn't really excited about him going into the military, but that's what he decided to do. I mean, he has this servant's heart and a passion for serving his country, and then he wanted to come back when he was done with his service in the military and help out in the community of Elwood. So it's just, he had a servant's heart, great sense of humor. I mean, I miss being around him so much and just laughing together and just...
Became a member of the Elwood Police Department.
Did he go overseas?
He spent was almost a year in the Middle East. Yeah. It was on a kind of a secret situation he was an MP, so I'm assuming they had him guarding some secret installation somewhere in the Middle East.
And it sounds like from all the stories I've heard from you guys and friends and family, I mean, that was his element, right? He was like Mr. America, right? Mr. Tough Guy.
I mean, he definitely found his calling in life. And, he wasn't a sit behind the desk or be in the books type of person. Now, if it was something related to policing or law enforcement, you could give him the book and he'd read it and study it. Or even, he's even fond of playing video games that were role-playing for law enforcement. Sure. And one of the things, he was also a very, very humble guy. So one of the things...
That's how you know he was different. Like in video games, he played the role of the law enforcement.
Exactly right. He felt different. But, and it was more than that because, he was, like I said, really humble. And me as a parent, I'm telling him, you need to get off these video games. You need to get outside. And I'm always badgering about that. Little do we know that we find out about some of these things after the fact, after he was taken from us. But he was connecting with people online, helping people. They were going through some mental challenges and mental crisis. He was helping them through these things. So any opportunity that he had to interact with people, he wanted to try to help.
It's not all bad. Right. It's not all bad online when you're playing those video games. My son's 13 years old right now, and one of the questions that he's been asked before by his teachers, by like when he graduated from elementary school to middle school, was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said police officer. I, as a parent, I heard that and I thought that is great. We had lost a life in my family. Indiana State Trooper Robert J. Lather II, State Trooper, lost his life in the line of duty in the early 80s. My mom's brother, my uncle. And so I'm wondering what you would say to somebody, a kid, a child in 13, 14, 15 years old that says they want to get into law enforcement. Is that a tough question?
To me, I would say follow your passion. It has to be a calling, though. I mean, you need to get into this profession because there's just a calling on your heart in your life to do something like this to help other people. Because, families can be pretty broken as a result of some of the things that can happen. So, obviously we want Noah, but he was doing what he loved to do. Yeah. It was his calling. It was his passion. He excelled at it. He just loved it. And
another thing I would say is I think after Noah died, the amount of support we got from the law enforcement community, not only Elwood, but Madison County, the state of Indiana, Rick Snyder, incredible. And the law enforcement community is a family. And so if your son wants to do that career, it's just like joining another family.
And I want to talk about the big event coming up this weekend here in just a moment. And we will get to that, the big car show here. But I believe I saw this in social media, and please correct me if I'm wrong. There was a day where you, as a family, went out to the gravesite to visit Noah, who, again, lost his life in the line of duty as an Elwood police officer. And there was somebody cleaning his gravestone. And I thought that was incredibly cool because I think that just shows there are so many people out there that you've never met, that you don't know, that are inspired by your son.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
The second time we've met, well, I wasn't there that day, but that we met someone who knew Noah or had a connection and just felt like they needed to come out and pay respects. Like, it's incredible.
Wow. That's
great. How many people are still remembering him.
Now, this weekend, Liz, let me go to you. This is the 4th annual motorcycle show, car show, honoring Noah Shaavas. This is at Callaway Park in Elwood. This is the 4th year for this now?
It is. So when Noah was taken from us 3 years ago, I decided to start a car show to benefit his parents and the foundation. And I have a love for cars and classic cars, new age cars, anything that anybody wants to show off to others. I was glad to have there. Noah was actually one of my former tutoring students. So when he was in high school, he would come after school and I would help him do his math homework.
Was he a pain in the butt? Be honest.
No,
Be honest.
He was 100%.
I don't know what you got, but he was not an easy kid.
He was the best. Actually, there was always funny times. He would laugh with me and say, "Oh, let's do one math problem," and then talk the rest of the time. And I said, your parents don't pay me to just talk, but we can talk as long as you do your work. And to know Noah was to love Noah. So I thought, what can I do? And I looked at my husband when I found out it was Noah, and I said, honey, I have to do something. So we said, well, you have a love for cars. Why not throw a car show together? And so we did. And so, yes, this is our 4th annual one. And it's this Saturday at Callaway Park in Elwood. It's $20 to register per vehicle. You can have classic cars, new age cars.
Cyber trucks?
Sure. Absolutely. Bring it on.
Yeah?
Motorcycles. We have trucks. We have rat rods and anything that you like. Anything on wheels.
And there's food trucks for fat guys like me, right?
Oh, there is 2 food trucks, yes.
Those fat trucks. I don't call them food trucks, I call them fat trucks.
Yes, we do have 2 coming this year. And then we will have vendors. We have at least 15 to 20 different craft vendors, food vendors, as in like baked goods and things coming. We'll have a 50-50 raffle.
Okay.
We're going to have music that actually Noah's brother Elijah is doing for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're very excited about that.
Does he play?
He's actually going to be DJing for us.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And
now,
then we'll
what
have
does this
raffle.
money go toward?
Sure. So the money actually goes to the Remember Officer Noah Foundation. We will put together and help with the Elks for Noah Scholarship, as well as the Cops and Kids fundraiser where they shop for Christmas items. And then we'll also be helping fund ballistic windshields. So we are hoping that the other agencies around the area will be able to benefit from this.
Matt, you and I were talking before we went on the air here. The ballistic windshields, this is obviously something that may have saved Noah's life had they been in place.
Right.
But these really aren't that expensive.
That's right. I mean, Noah's assaulted by gunfire through his windshield, and I'm pretty convinced that had he had this protection on his vehicle, he'd still be here with us today. And then when I found out how relatively inexpensive, it wasn't even something I knew about.
Right.
If it were something that was available and I knew, I would take the money out of my pocket and make sure that he had that available. It's only like maybe $3,500 to put a windshield that's going to stop, and it's specifically rated for the smaller caliber, the handgun rounds, but it also, through testing, has also stopped rifle rounds as well. So.
And you just provided one to another police department, is that right?
We did. We were able to go to Beech Grove last
All
week.
right, the Grovers.
Wow.
There we go.
Wow.
We'll be doing a special presentation at the car show on Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. We got to take a break. Can you stick around with us? Because I want to talk more about the event and Noah. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah,
All right. We got the Shaavas family here. Liz is here. The 4th annual car motorcycle show to honor fallen Elwood police officer Noah Shaavas is this Saturday. Right now, Matt Bear is going to get you where you need to be.
Yeah, we just heard a report on the scanner. It's a crash at Kessler Boulevard North Drive at West 52nd Street. Possible entrapment and injury reported. Inbound 65 stop and go 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. 10-minute delay on southbound 6570 from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 delayed 6 minutes Harding Street into the south split. East side southbound 465 stop and go traffic before I-70 down to 74. Crash Broad Ripple. It's Broad Ripple Avenue east of Primrose, and a crash Kessler Boulevard west at Grandview. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, it's 81 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. More on the big car show this weekend with the family of Noah Shaavas when we come back.
Zillow ranks Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietel. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Luke and Emma in Franklin said, we began building our new dream home and we needed to sell our old place at a great price to pay for it. The Mark Dietel team made it easy with multiple offers in the first weekend and closed in 25 days at the price we wanted. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct up on the north side, Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by that green bridge. And when you walk into that beautiful showroom of Diamonds Direct, you're going to be greeted. Somebody might offer you a beverage. And then one of the amazing sales members, they will work with you. Chris is the young lady that works with me. She's a rock star. It's the best customer service because there's no pressure to spend more than you feel comfortable with. That's kind of a big deal when you walk into a jewelry store. It can be intimidating, but the staff at Diamonds Direct, they want to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck and stay within your budget. So stop by right now. They've got a great deal going on. Buy that engagement ring, get the wedding band for free. But this deal is not going to last forever. So go up to Keystone at the Crossing. If you see the green bridge, you'll see Diamonds Direct. Walk in there and ask about the deal, but you got to tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe.
Every day, we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life.
It's when something doesn't seem quite right that it's time to pay attention.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Having a great conversation in studio with Matt and Lori Shaavas. They are the parents of fallen Elwood officer Noah Shaavas, American badass Noah Shaavas. We've got Liz here as well. Big car show this weekend, raising some scholarship money, helping out officers. Go back to these windshields you were talking about last break. These bulletproof, I don't know if that's the right word or not, windshields that can be provided. The goal is 39 of these. Is that correct?
That's correct. So Noah's badge number is 39. So, we thought this would be a perfect first target. I mean, we'd love to see this explode across the entire state, if not the entire nation. But, as a first reasonable target, let's try to get to 39. So far we've done 9. We're looking for any departments out there that are interested in maybe pursuing this or considering it. Please do reach out to us, and we'd love to partner with you.
And didn't the Elwood Police Department outfit all of their officers with that?
Yeah, in the days after Noah was taken, they outfitted their entire fleet of vehicles.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Tell me about the current situation of the scumbag that took your son's life. I know it feels like the court system drags on and on. Do we have an update on this guy yet? Is death penalty still on the table here?
We will know more information at the next pretrial conference, which is scheduled for the 11th.
Okay.
So we're waiting for an official ruling from the judge on the intellectual disability evaluations. I believe there's also competency evaluations outstanding as well. They were a repeat of, he's already been gone through one round of competency, and that he was found to be competent. So they've asked for it again, so they're going through that again. So hopefully on the 11th, there'll be an official ruling so that we can know for sure that we're proceeding on track, I guess.
Is the death penalty something you want?
I'm totally supportive of something like that, yes.
Okay, because I always defer to the families, because I'm pro-death penalty. People know that on this program. But, yeah, I always defer to what the families want. If that looks like justice to you, then I'm on board with that as well. Lori, have you made eye contact? Have you spoken with this guy in court at all? Can you take me through what that's like?
They have us seated so that we're not in his direct line of sight, but he has, leaned backwards in his chair and tried to look at me or look at us, and I don't need to see that.
No. He's tried to speak with you folks?
Tried to communicate with you?
Yes, that happened one time in court, and the judge shot that down pretty.
Like, what was he trying to say? What did he have to say?
I don't even really. I mean, to me,
pleasantries, or I mean,
if it's tough, you don't have to answer the question, obviously. But I want to get the context.
And I ask because I've seen firsthand the Beech Grove cop killer in court look to the grieving family and called her a bitch. And he's since been executed, Benjamin Ritchie.
Yeah.
But that's the type of scumbag. So I didn't know if it was a situation like that or
no, it hasn't been anything like that. But for me, anything out of the mouth is,
You're not interested in anything he has to say.
I'm not interested.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The Shaavas family is here. Liz Mize is kind of running the car show this weekend. So can anybody just show up last minute here? Was there a pre-register thing? How does this work?
So the pre-registration has closed, but you can show up the day of the event. It's $20 to register a vehicle, and it starts at 9. You can come register with your vehicle anytime between 8 and 9, and then it goes till 3. But if you show up at 1, I'm not going to turn you away. We love, if you guys want to show off something, we would love to have you there. And
what if you're somebody like me that doesn't have a car anybody wants to see, but you want to help out in some way? Like, what can we do?
You may come to the event. All spectators are free. It's free admission.
I'm going to enter my Chrysler Pacifica, my man
Very
van.
nice. Very nice. We would love it.
Man van on display.
Hey, you never know. I might have an award for you. But yes.
Most feminine car for a man.
You can just come and be a spectator. We have raffle items. You can buy raffle tickets. We have a 50-50 going on. Craft vendors.
I'm a
food
sucker
trucks.
for a good raffle. Like if I'm going to a baseball game, Colts game, I'm in on the raffle. So I love that kind of stuff.
How much growth has happened since you started this?
So it
4
has.
years ago?
So the first year, I believe we had maybe 30 some cars. Last year we had over 80. So we're just going to keep growing.
Community really responding to this?
Yes, and actually surrounding areas too. We have people that have come from the south side of Indianapolis that come up. We've gotten with other car groups and have helped with that. So they've responded well with bringing their whole club to the event.
That's awesome.
Anywhere we live in Muncie, so I have people coming from Yorktown, Muncie area, as well coming over. Not that Elwood's far, but it's still a little bit of a drive. And we have people come down from Fort Wayne, and they bring their motorcycles and car haulers and motorcycle trailers, and they'll park that on the other side of the park, and they'll put it on display. So you can bring whatever you want, and as long as it has wheels, we're good.
Matt, Lori, how the rest of your family doing? How's the rest of the kiddos doing?
Everybody's doing great. I mean, they're all out of high school now. My daughter Sarah actually just graduated with her master's degree in forensic psychology. So
wow.
She's she's doing great. And our youngest son Elijah is an EMT and loving what he's doing. So
Elwood?
No, he's actually at Indianapolis EMS.
Wow.
Yep.
Is he liking it? Is he having fun?
He's
fun is a weird word because you see some horrific things, but does he love what he does?
He loves what he's doing. Definitely.
Now, did the post office officially become named after Noah?
Was it last week? I think
It was last week.
Yes. Yeah, they had a wonderful ceremony outside in front of the post office. The Elwood band was there, the show choir was there, Victoria Spartz was there. Lots of some of the Indiana delegation for the U.S. House was there. It was just a really nice day, and that so many of the local community came out to watch it. I mean, one of the things we're most afraid of is people might forget Noah. And when things like this happen, we know that he's not being forgotten.
No way. No way.
Got about a minute or two left here. I'm going to post this information on our social media a little bit later on. So just follow Hammer and Nigel, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. You'll see the flyer, all the information. But you mentioned it's important for Noah to be remembered. Tell us a fun story about Noah. Give me a good Noah story.
I mean, he had this really kind of sarcastic sense of humor. And this is kind of...
He'd fit right in around here.
Yes,
No kidding.
One of the last kind of interactions I had, and the other big thing about Noah is he's a big eater. I mean, you would find him in the kitchen. If he wasn't playing video games, you'd find him in the kitchen with a big plate of spaghetti. So I don't know if this is a habit that he picked up when he was in the military or something, but he had a tendency of like scraping his teeth with the fork as he was eating. So I'm giving him a hard time about, this is why you don't have any girlfriends. You just keep scraping the fork on your mouth and you're making this terrible noise. And then, I don't know, it was like a day or so later, he's sitting there eating. I come into the kitchen and he purposefully is doing, he sees me coming and he just gives me this look and smile. And okay, I got you.
Okay, all right.
I love it.
One more time, where can people go and what time?
Sure, it's Callaway Park in Elwood, and it's from 9 to 3. Registration, you can come at 8 a.m., and we will get you registered.
This weekend?
This weekend, yep, Saturday, September 6th.
And again, we'll put all this information up on our social media. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you
and
so
again,
much.
as we said earlier, you have no idea how many of our listeners, how many people out there support you guys that you've never even met. I think it's a big number, but that's how much your son has meant to the community.
Definitely appreciate your support and the support of all the listeners.
Thank you very much. That's the Shaavas family. Tony Kinnett's coming up right after we have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he said yesterday. Partly cloudy skies and 81 in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. This report is brought to you by Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:30. President Trump said he would send National Guard and possibly federal agents to Chicago, but did not say when. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is urging those in Chicago to
be ready with your iPhone and any way that you can to record what's going on in their neighborhoods by ICE.
He says federal agents could be on the ground as soon as Friday, with operations beginning Saturday. He's promising to sue the Trump administration if the National Guard is deployed. The Navy station, Great Lakes, just outside the Chicago area, is working with the government to stage ICE agents. Vice President J.D. Vance was in Minneapolis, where he met with some of the families of the victims in the shooting at the Annunciation Church. Vance says it's heartbreaking but gratifying.
As the parents themselves told me, why do we talk so much about the brutal maniac who shot up this school and not enough about the innocent children who lost their lives and were full of life and were people with hopes and dreams in their own right?
2 children died in the shooting and 18 other people were injured, with 1 in bad shape. 5 people were arrested after stealing copper wiring which belonged to CenterPoint Energy from a sewer Tuesday afternoon. Public Information Officer Sergeant Anthony Ossiker says the suspects were Mary Costa, Philip Askins, Zachary Fingston, Samuel Marshall, and Philip Smith.
They realized that there was a large amount of copper wiring that had been placed on the roadway that had been removed from the manhole, and then ultimately inside the vehicle they located additional copper wiring and piping that they all admitted that.
Looking to attend a World Cup match are being urged to get their tickets as soon as possible. Fox's Joe Morgan.
The biggest event in sports will feature dynamic pricing for the first time, with the initial World Cup draw, which is limited to Visa card holders, kicking off on Wednesday, September 10th and running through Friday, September 19th. Group stage tickets will start at $60, and the most exclusive seats will reach up to $6,730 for the final. The 2026 World Cup will be hosted by 3 nations, the United States, Mexico, and Canada, and will run from June 11th to July 19th. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
With your traffic at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, looking at westbound 70, bad crash approaching the north split, blocking 3 left lanes, stopping traffic back to Emerson Avenue. Your delay is at 35 minutes. Washington Street might be a better option to get to 65. Looking at inbound 65, stop and go traffic 21st Street to the north split. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 5 minutes, north split into the south split. Eastbound 70 delayed 11 minutes, Belmont into the south split. On the south side, northbound 65 stop and go traffic from Edgewood Avenue up to 465, and again Keystone into the south split because of construction. Madison Avenue still closed both directions from Raymond to Morris because of an earlier head-on collision. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms into our Wednesday night. Severe weather is not expected. Lows in the upper 50s. Thursday, we're going to see cooler temperatures with decreasing clouds and dry air in place. High temperatures will only be in the low 70s. Some areas may fail to get out of the 60s tomorrow. Friday, a little bit warmer with highs in the mid-upper 70s before we track a second cold front that will bring an isolated shower chance in the back half of Friday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show. Hello, I'm Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal and the host of the Tony Kinnett cast. Right after our program, 7 o'clock here at 93 WIBC, he is Tony Kinnett. And Tony, I'm a simple man. I like my beer cold. I like my steaks hot. I like my wife naked. And I like my terrorists blown up on a boat. I'm a simple man. And this blowing up drug dealer terrorist on a boat makes me happy.
I'll tell you this. There is an American tradition that we all enjoy, and that is things that go boom. And it's such an old tradition. People think that bombs bursting in air is just supposed to be fireworks. No, no, no. You see, back in the olden days, the very first thing Thomas Jefferson said is, you know those Muslim pirates? You know those pirates trafficking women and children? Make their boats no longer float. And the U.S. Navy said, Jefferson, you got it. And so if I see a drug cartel boat off the coast of Venezuela, off the coast of Africa, coast of Yemen, sink to the bottom of the sea, I'm a happy man. I voted for this.
So this was a Venezuelan boat carrying drugs, and did you see the response of the president of Venezuela? Is it Maduro? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Maduro, the dictator of the socialist hellhole. Yeah, he's very, very mad because, as we know, Venezuela much prefers that those people come to the United States and become Maryland fathers, at least.
Right.
You know, that's how they're covered.
But I'm saying, like, Donald Trump has upped the game. This changes the game a little bit, doesn't it?
I mean,
I've
in a
never
way,
seen this before.
It returns the game. I mean, the Monroe Doctrine used to be about the United States taking care of the Western Hemisphere because it was our turf. And there were no magical nonsense where we had to pretend that the CIA had to do little coups here and there everywhere, because the United States had dominance over North and South America that wasn't questioned. We let it slip. And so now what we have to do is we have to play pickup, because if you don't, those boats will end up, or their contents will end up in the United States. And any libertarian isolationist who's crying this morning, that's so expensive, how could they do that? Cope and seethe, you child. This is what Americans voted for.
You're absolutely right. And you knew it was coming. There's going to be somebody on CNN, MSNBC, or some print outlet tonight, if they haven't already, that's going to make a case that the real victims here are the narco-terrorists that were blown up with the drugs.
Again, I don't feel bad for that. I just don't. When, in a day and age when my tax dollars are going to be spent on something, I would rather they be spent on our armed servicemen, whether in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force. I would prefer that to be spent on target practice that keeps them sharp. If that target practice happens to be Lari from Venezuela, who is currently on his way to being fish food, so be it.
Do you think Donald Trump should go to quote-unquote war with the Mexican cartels at this point?
So as an official policy of the Daily Signal, no. However, personally, I would like to see Mexico City occupied for the third time in a century. I am very much in the opinion that the present fallen state of Mexico is an active threat to American citizens. And as long as cartels believe that because they're in some other sovereign border, they can continue killing and raping and trafficking, I am of the firm belief that the Predator drone flies just as easily over Sinaloa as it does over Afghanistan. That's just me.
Tony Kinnett with us. So let's pivot from crap hole areas elsewhere to Chicago and Baltimore here in the United States. Are you hearing the same thing that we're hearing, that Pritzker, that fat pig that's the governor of Illinois and Mayor Brandon Johnson, they may not have the support of the people like they thought. We kind of saw this in Washington, D.C., right, where all the left-leaning movers and shakers and talking heads on television were talking about how awful it is for Donald Trump to bring in help to fight crime. And the people of Washington, D.C. were going out on TikTok. They're making Twitter videos.
Muriel Bowser, at one point, said we'd like this help.
They're on board with it.
The mayor.
I'm hearing some folks in Chicago are pretty ticked off at the leadership because they would welcome some sort of help. Are you hearing the same?
I am, and I'll tell you what, I'll go one further. There is nothing more hilarious than watching the very last demographic that is obsessively in love with the left. These being bitter old white ladies like Jennifer McCormick, who are the same type of HR Democrats who are overeducated, who will mutter racial slurs in private and then go out in public and pretend to love people from other cultures.
Right.
Those kinds of people. And I mean, I'm very clear here. They all look, you know exactly, when I say old liberal angry white lady that looks like a librarian with constipation,
suburban
you know what I'm talking about.
white woman wine mom.
But specifically, you're talking about the lady that ran for governor against Braun.
That was just from my neck of the woods in my part where I grew up. Those are ladies that I know. But regardless, we all know those individuals. That's the last group in the Democrat Party, in Illinois even, that actively supports Brandon Johnson and Governor Pritzker. So the problem is, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's not exactly a gentrified library on the south side of Chicago.
No.
You guys are aware that there's not exactly like a local lesbian hangout spot at the intersection of 125th and Desan. Like, that's not a thing. So it just so happens, I'm just saying, it just so happens that it might be someone, a grandmother, living in the South Side that wants safety more than they want some new guy coming in and saying, unlike Beetlejuice, I'm going to save the city and do the exact same stuff that doesn't help her or her family or her church.
I can't believe, it was either Pritzker or Johnson that said, well, look, this is a big city. You're going to have to expect a certain level of crime when you live in a big city like this. No, that's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And that's the thinking of these Democrats is that, you live in a big city, you're just going to have to kind of deal with it.
And the more I see this kind of stuff, the more I see people that are disillusioned because, and I talked about this actually with our president over on the show yesterday evening, that right now we're seeing more Americans involved in politics. I don't have to tell you guys this. Look at the ratings for WIBC right now. More average, everyday Americans are paying attention than since the end of the Cold War. And when they're paying attention, it's really hard to pull the wool over their eyes and promise them if we just throw more money at it, magically it will get better. Trump comes in, solves immigration. Trump comes in, he solves crime in D.C. It turns out that people remember those things, and it leaves a lot less slack for Dems in Illinois to hide behind.
I'm just clarifying. You said you talked to the president. You president of Daily Signal or the president of the United States?
Yes, this would be Rob Bluey. No, if I ever... The minute I interview the President of the United States, I would probably text you guys in an angry sweat. So
now, wait a minute. You mean he's alive? Because all weekend long, I was following social media, and go back to it, suburban wine mom that follows the Lincoln Project on Twitter was trying to convince me that he was dead.
Amazing. You mentioned these white moms. How often these particular bitter old liberal ladies come into view? The same ones who told me that I was not a doctor during the Biden years. How could I possibly diagnose dementia? All of a sudden, they burst in the room with their 18 seasons of Grey's Anatomy T-shirts on, ready to say, Donald Trump's hand is experiencing slight discoloration. Someone get me some iodine stat. Get out of here.
But it wasn't just social media. I mean, you had political figures and commentators making jokes about it, including old balls Tim Walz from Minnesota.
They
think it's hilarious.
Walz, saying that he wished Trump was dead. J.B. Pritzker got in asking for a health report.
Yeah.
Very bold for J.B. Pritzker to be tweeting about anyone's bodily health, by the way.
Right. There's a reason we've given him the nickname Fat Pig. And it's not because, sometimes you find somebody that's really tall, you call him Shorty. Or somebody that's, really short, you call him Slim. We call him Fat Pig because he's a fat pig, Tony?
The reason there are no active Native American reservations in Illinois, my ancestors no longer live there, is because we would mistake J.B. Pritzker for a buffalo our people used to hunt.
Come back for one more segment with us?
You got it.
We're speaking with Tony Kinnett, host of the Tony Kinnett Cast. When we come back, yesterday we had a segment called Ask a Brit. So today I want to get Tony Kinnett's impression on what's happening overseas. That's coming up right after we come back to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Pat Sullivan here for the Shaavas Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Shaavas?
Shaavas is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Shaavas specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Shaavas help there?
Yes, Shaavas works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Shaavas Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Shaavas happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Shaavas.
Planning on inviting friends and family over sometime soon? Whether you're hosting the neighborhood cookout, a birthday celebration, or a football watch party, you know all about the hustle to get the house looking perfect. But there's one thing you can't fix on your own: the stuck windows and doors, drywall cracks, uneven floors, bugs, or mold and mildew smells. Things that stand out. Indiana Foundation Service knows that all of these signs point to major damage building up in your foundation, crawl space, or basement, and it'll only get worse over time. Don't worry. With a free foundation inspection from Indiana Foundation Service, the team's experts will identify your home's issue at the source. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. Visit IndianaFoundation.com today to book your free inspection with a no-obligation quote included. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they are the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
This is Emily with Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. There's no job too big or too small. Go to kirbyheating.com to speak to someone about your project today.
Kirby is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Get ready for the Colts Ultimate Tailgate, Sunday, September 7th at 9:30 a.m. We're kicking things off at Slippery Noodle. Start game day with WIBC. Drink specials, games, prizes, and more. Don't miss the party before the party with Neutral and Jack Daniels. Details at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
Crash westbound 70 approaching the north split. 3 left lanes blocked stop to Emerson Avenue. Madison Avenue still closed to Terrace both directions because of an earlier head-on collision. And inbound 65 loaded from 29th to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
81 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back on the Hammer and Nigel show. Tonight at 7 o'clock, it's the Tony Kinnett cast right after our program. And the host of that program joins us right now, Tony Kinnett. All right, so Tony, you sent me a message earlier, and maybe I'm taking this out of context, but it just says overthrow the UK, no really. Walk me through what this means.
So the United Kingdom has decided that they have two very precious things to them, two cultural hallmarks that are worth defending. These are violent Islamic migrants who have been shown on video to be part of mass grooming and raping gangs. And number two, transgender individuals who, in that particular region of the world, at least according to recent arrests, do the exact same thing. So in this particular instance, I would suggest that right now when you have little children who are being approached by police, as videos have shown this morning, who are being essentially put under threat of arrest, 11-year-old girls put under threat of arrest for flying a flag of the United Kingdom because it offends the Muslims, or they are being arrested, an individual for tweeting, don't let dudes in girls' bathrooms, maybe punch them in the balls if you have to. That's considered hate speech. I'm just saying that we overthrew the Brits for a 3% tax rate. So, hey, look, if I had to run some guns to the UK or, send illegal firearm manufacturing documents to the UK, I'm just saying I would be more than happy to be banned from the United Kingdom for such freedom-encouraging activities.
Because you're a patriot, that's why, damn it. You are a patriot, Tony.
That's right.
Last thing here, before we let you go, just throwing this out here. I want your honest assessment. Which combo that I'm about to lay out is more useless when it comes to helping the public? What's a worse pairing? The state of Illinois, where their governor is Fat Pig and Chicago's mayor is Brandon Johnson, or up in Minnesota, where you've got Governor Old Balls Tim Walz, and choose your poison here, either the Attorney General Keith Ellison or Minneapolis Mayor Fry.
Let's see, murdered and then raped or raped and then murdered? Decisions. Oh, man. No, seriously. I mean, in Chicago, you would be shot and then, as we saw in a recent arrest, violated. In Minnesota, you would be violated in Minneapolis and then shot. Those are both arrests in the last week. I would have to say, I probably would choose Minnesota because I could get away from the Twin Cities further. But that's just a geography thing.
It's amazing how bad some of these leaders around the country are. And listen, Indiana's not immune to this. We had a do-nothing governor for a long time. Book's still out, some people would say, on what Governor Braun's doing. It's early on. But Holcomb didn't do a damn thing around here. So, I mean, it's not like we're doing a victory lap. What's that?
Holcomb blocked my number. That's about the only thing I can think of that he did regarding yours truly. So, yeah, what are you going to do?
What's coming up on the big show tonight?
We have got a little bit of breaking news coming out of Washington, D.C. These federal judges are, doing federal judge crap again,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We mentioned this a little bit earlier in the show. The Supreme Court has to just be like, oh, come on, again? Like, they have to get so tired of having to deal with activists at the lower level.
I pretend that every morning Clarence Thomas wakes up and texts Chief Justice Roberts and goes, please, let me at him, please.
I'll see you guys at 5. I got to go take a big appellate court. I'll talk to you later. All right, Totus, have a great show tonight, man.
Thanks, guys. You're the best.
That's Tony Kinnett, host of the Tony Kinnett Cast. We are coming back for one more hour. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Zillow ranking Indy number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to max your equity. I'm talking about real estate expert Mark Dietl. That's what Luke and Emma in Franklin did. They built their dream home. They needed to sell their old place to get the great price to pay for it. Mark Dietl made it easy. Multiple offers in the first weekend, closed in 25 days at the price they needed. Mark Dietl and his team came through big.
Mark Dietl is the best in the business, and he has the guarantee that backs it up. Mark Dietl is the only real estate agent that we recommend, and he guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price or deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. That's what separates Mark Dietl. 755-4232, or go to markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
This is the Let's Revitalize Our Neighborhoods commitment. This is the Roll Up Our Sleeves and Pitch In commitment. This is Busey, where our commitment to strengthen our communities is a top priority. Through energetic, engaged volunteers, through monetary support, community leadership, and advocacy. Because Busey is more than a bank that does well, we're a bank that does good. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth, since 1868. Member FDIC.
Fall is approaching and Sundown Gardens is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale is continuing. Now at Sundown Gardens, save 20% on all trees and shrubs, 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you just don't want to miss, so get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with high-quality pottery, and ensure your property is beautiful for the fall season ahead. Sundown Gardens on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com. That's sundown.gardens.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These